Hello and welcome to the Kobold Cafe, where today we are playing Parallax. This is a Halloween one-shot in the vein of Squid Game, Alice in Borderland, Cube, and lots of other industrialized evil, murder, maze, death course escapes. Today we have got Jared.
Hey, I'm Jared. I will be playing Arstan.
Cool. We've got James, who might want to change his Roll20 name. Have we got James?
Yeah. I don't know why it's not changing the actual name on the bottom.
You still
I
have to
know
do
why.
that in settings, unfortunately.
Yep, I just remembered that.
Who you
Anyhow,
playing?
James, I will be playing Jimmy,
Jimmy. Jimmy's a good old
Tex,
boy.
good old boy from Texas.
Cool.
Redneck. Oh yeah.
Alright, we've got Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee, and I'm going to be playing Brett today, and Brett is also from Texas.
Oh, no way. That's quite the coincidence that you'd both
It's
end up
it's
here.
actually entirely possible he's heard of me.
We've got Everoth.
Hello, I am Eberoth, and I'm playing for you guys today, Pete, an Irish caddy.
An Irish caddy. There's too many of them knocking about. And special guest, rare appearance from Genuine Cryptid, Dustbin Mothman.
Hello, I'm Dustin Muffin, and I am playing Jason, the Northern Bricky.
He lays bricks for a living. Need some bricks laying. Jason's your lad. Alright, well. The last thing any of you remember is going to bed on October 30th, 2021. Everyone roll IQ, please. Arstan, you hear a beep. Beep. Pete, you're sound asleep.
Alright.
Jason hears a
For
beep.
some reason, it is not letting me actually open my character sheet.
That's rather rude of it.
Yeah.
Wow, even Brett wakes up.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Try
even
refreshing
Brett?
Roll20.
Just did. You're too late.
But did
Jimmy
it work?
is the world's smartest redneck, by the way. He's like genius level redneck. Yeah.
What? I don't know how many rednecks you know, but I know a lot of rednecks who are actually really smart human beings. They just
It's different kind of smarts. We ain't got none of them book smarts. We got street smarts.
The range is just the same, regardless. Yep.
Are you trying to tell me that rednecks are just like any other human being? I refuse to believe it.
Yes.
Anyway, so it seems like most of you, except for Pete, hear this beeping. You probably stir, open your eyes, quickly realize that you're not in your own bed. The map describes it all. You're in a spacious, 16-meter long, 8-meter wide room with the checkerboard tiled floor of so many Americana.
Does it feel like we were out drinking last night?
You do feel a little bit groggy, certainly.
I mean, Jimmy was obviously out drinking, so this is.
People
What
like
the hell, what the hell did we do last night? Where the hell are we?
I don't know. Who are? Looks around. Where is this?
on the far south wall, there is a huge mirror that stretches the entire width and height of the room. There's very high ceilings in here as well, I will point out. A good 4 meters high. There's what looks like a toilet cubicle. Only Arstan and Jason can make that out from where they are, I think. But everyone can see the giant TV screen that is opposite all the beds and facing you. There's a row of 8 beds looking at this huge TV screen on which there is a countdown timer. About 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Ayo, blaze it. It seems like it beeped at 5 minutes. And then when it gets to 4 minutes, it beeps again twice. Beep, beep.
All right, somebody help me out here. What's going on?
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Like, is this
Where's
some
me
kind of...
fags?
Like,
Alcohol poisoning.
these...
Usually I wake up in a gown, though.
This looks like a cell to me.
Does anyone speak Korean?
No.
All right. Someone is speaking a language that is not English or a language you know. She's kind of irate sounding. This is a 5'6", fairly short lady with long black hair. She looks to be East Asian, and she's got several eyebrow piercings. Young, maybe early 20s. She throws her arms up exasperated. Says, "What is Squid Game nonsense? Huh?" I will point out that it's October 31st, as far as you're aware, 2021. Squid Game is very popular right now. Anyone with Netflix will be aware of this.
Squid Game.
What?
We in a Squid Game.
These aren't my clothes, she gestures at
Wait.
the matching grey jumpsuits that you're all wearing.
These aren't mine either.
Mine neither.
All right, I'm leaving.
You're also all wearing a satchel. Is that what you call them in America? A one-strap bag?
Like a backpack?
Yeah, it goes over the shoulder, but hangs at the waist, usually at the side.
Yeah, a satchel or
Messenger bag?
purse.
Messenger bag, yes, that's what you foreigners call them. So there's something rolling around in your bag as well. You'd feel that. There's a bit of weight in there.
Oh God, please be booze. Please be booze.
The TV beeps. Doot.
Is
It's 2 minutes.
Pete still asleep? Or do I need to make another?
You definitely wake up now, Pete. There's people stood up and walking around talking.
Hi, hello, laddies.
Jimmy,
Top of the morning.
it's a clear plastic water bottle, but it's definitely not got water inside. It's fizzy and kind of bright green. Looks to be an energy drink of some type.
Open the lid and sniff it.
Oh yeah, that's an energy drink.
I just have a big swig. I'm like, oh, this is nice.
Following his lead, also look inside the bag.
You've all got an identical plastic water bottle filled with this fizzy green liquid that is very sweet and sugary. Super strong smelling.
Does anybody see a door?
There is a door over here, but it's clearly just to a toilet cubicle. TV
Who are you
beeps.
people?
Again, 1 minute. Beep.
My name's Brett. Brett Starr. From Austin.
Austin?
Austin. Man, I'm down around Dallas way.
Oh, nice.
You're Americans? All of you? I'm from Seoul.
No.
I'm from
No,
London.
I'm from England.
Wait, do you guys really think like Squid Game shit?
Well, look at these outfits. It's Halloween. It's a popular TV program. You not seen it? Everyone is talking about it. It's all that's on Instagram right now. Those stupid Dalgona biscuits.
Is this
What
a
is
joke or something?
Instagram?
She just gives you the just dead stare. Something's happening on the screen as it gets to the last 10 seconds. A logo's appeared underneath the countdown. If you've got Western cultural familiarities, then you probably recognize this immediately as a very popular energy drink brand. It looks like
Awesome.
3 glowing green cut marks.
I thought this tasted familiar.
Coach, I didn't sign up for this.
What is going on here?
5, 4, doot, doot,
Our
doot.
son's gonna back up against the wall.
Cool. Intro music starts playing. There is fancy, expensive CG graphics on the screen as it displays text in various languages: English, French, German, Russian, Korean, Japanese, Spanish, lots of languages. Welcome, congratulations, enjoy. And then a figure walks onto screen. They are dressed in kind of a cocktail dress that appears to be made of latex. They have a shiny black mask covering the bottom half of the face and what looks like VR glasses maybe over their eyes. And she speaks in English on the TV screen. Hello, welcome, congratulations. You're all awake, that's good. Welcome to the challenges.
What kind of gold code is this?
If you look at your wrists, you'll each see your game piece. And you will now notice that you have got a strange smartwatch Fitbit style thing going on. It's not got any buttons, and the screen doesn't seem to do anything if you tap on it. But it's got a few bits of data on there. It's got your name in the top left. It's got a timer that is currently at like 47 seconds, counting up. Looks like it must have started as the TV reached 0. And it also has a points section, which is currently at 0 on everyone's watch. This gives you important information, so please be careful with it. Sorry, I was just thinking whether to ask you to roll something or not. No. Next to her on the screen appears a copy of the interface on the watches, and she starts pointing at the different display aspects. And there's one that is a little silhouette of a human head with a little blinking red light at the neck area. People can roll sense of touch if they like.
What's the average roll for that?
Perception.
Yeah, it's under perception. This indicator displays the status of your implant. Jimmy, you feel an itch at your neck. And as you reach and touch, you feel a little scab. Just a little bump in the skin. Like the tiniest scratch right over your jugular.
We didn't agree to any surgery.
If you break the rules, your implant will detonate and kill you. Plays an animation
What?
of an anime person looking shady and then suddenly clutching at the heart and falling over dead.
What the fuck?
Rules will be explained at the start of each round. As it gets to a minute, everyone's points timer ticks over to 1 point. You get 1 point per minute of survival in the games. You also can gain points throughout challenges, and at the end of every challenge itself proper. Points can be exchanged for prizes, so everybody work hard and make sure you get lots of points. And she gives
Why
a
are we
big
here?
thumbs up. Some of you might be protesting. The memory loss is a natural part of the process, but we can assure you that you all gave consent to these challenges. And she holds her hands out, gesturing as more screen graphics appear and show an 8-shot split screen. And there is footage of each of you on the screen right now. Sign in documents. It's there's no audio, but you seem to be in legal looking rooms. lawyery types. There's a doctor there present in each room as you nod and agree and sign a document.
Do we recognize any of the lawyers or those kind of types of people?
No. Give me visions, though. Everyone can give me vision. Success by 2. Oh, wow, Jimmy. It's definitely Texas. Where'd you say you're from? Dallas. Dallas got some kind of famous landmark. It's like right outside the window of the building that you're signing that thing in.
Yeah, I don't actually know much of anything about
But
Dallas.
you see
No,
evidence that you did this in that happened in Dallas.
Yeah, and it is definitely you. Pete, you're not alone in yours. It looks like you're with somebody. What's their name? It's someone you know. Layla, it's your wife. Your wife's with you as you're signing these documents, and she's crying, and you look resigned, but you sign and nod, and you're saying something.
He just takes a step and looks around, does not see her, and just says slowly, "Layla, oh, she's all right.
This is what, sorry?
Layla, hope she's all right."
Now, let the games begin. Your first challenge is to exit this room. You will have a 5-minute head start before the game gets into gear. Feel free to use the restroom while you wait.
What?
And then the TV switches off.
Well, if it was me, I'd make the exit through like this TV or something. And then he's gonna start looking around the edges of the TV and try to find a way to pull the TV out.
Let me help you there, lad.
All
And
right.
What
he's
is
gonna
going
do
on?
the same from this side.
It's a challenge. Are they serious? She's feeling at her neck, this person here. The lady in the bottom bed is still just sat on the end of it crying. And this lady's stood up and she's muttering in Spanish and like clutching her hands together. Brett going straight to the bathroom.
I mean, yeah. He was out drinking or something. He's gonna take a piss.
Alright, Jimmy, you can give me search or perception or some kind of electrician skill, maybe?
Damn it!
Oof, critical failure.
Go figure. You take something like
Yeah.
electrician.
Don't worry,
The
these.
one time you're ever gonna use it.
Yeah, this is the only time for sure. It looks like a CRT TV somehow, like massive. It's got a slightly curved piece of glass, like the full height and length of the.
Well, that's still not an absolute failure. All right. Hey, someone give me a hand, and then yeah, go like find one of the like bed frames to throw through the TV.
Alrighty.
Sure, and he's gonna head over when he asks for help.
Okay. So they look wood, but these bed frames are actually metal, and they're pretty securely bolted to the ground and wall. The mattresses are loose, and so is all the bed sheets.
Is this crystal or is it a wall? Look, sorry.
It's a mirror.
A mirror. Pete, my message is up. You sure you want to break the TV before we break the mirror?
You will get 7 years bad luck if you break that mirror. She sniffs. The French, clearly now French lady, standing up.
Yeah, but you might put a door behind the mirror. Well, at least better than that and break a TV.
Yeah, but we don't want that bad luck.
So, Brett, there is something in there.
If he notices it before pissing, he'll look before pissing.
No, it's in the other part.
It's in the back part.
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
and you cannot miss it. It's a little plastic, like a capsule toy, bobbing around in the water, but with something wrapped up in there.
He'll fish it out. Was there actually a top also?
Yes, you have got a porcelain top of the toilet. Big,
Cool.
heavy board of porcelain.
He'll flush and step out. Hey guys, I found something.
Glug, 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 glug. There's a gurgling from behind Brett after he flushes. Oh, give me a sense of smell, actually, Brett, as well. Everyone will notice that this place smells hugely clean, by the way. You don't need a roll to hear the gluggling of water. That toilet is overflowing right now.
Oh shit.
And suddenly it starts overflowing rather violently. And that water is icy cold. Please roll HT. I'm guessing you succeeded.
Yes.
I need to get to the right place in the book. Hazards. Cold. So you'll smell it slightly now. It's kind of alcohol-y, bit antiseptic-y, whatever this liquid is that's coming out the toilet.
Oh fuck, it's not water.
Yes, on a success, you lose 1 FP. So, it's like diving into the Atlantic as you are soaked with this wave of toilet water that is clearly not water across your chest. And it
Fuck.
quickly starts spreading out in the room.
All right.
Well, I guess we try the TV then. Do we need to roll to bring a bed?
You can try to break a bed.
No, to use the bed to break the TV. Like,
Well,
sorry,
we
what's
need
your
to
name,
break
pal?
a bed off. We need to break a bed off. I'm Jimmy.
Pete.
What did you say, Arstan?
Nothing. He just moved a bunch
Okay,
away
yeah.
from the water.
Yeah, it is fully rocketing out of the bowl. It's like a loosed fire hydrant, Brett.
He's getting out of the blast. Or out of the jet.
You've all
So
got... Oh, go on.
on this bed, is there any like singular loose piece of metal, like kind of like loose enough that maybe I could proceed to use it as a screwdriver?
Oh, like you want to try and bend off a little piece or something to then use as a screwdriver.
That's correct.
Yeah. Give me a...
I succeeded by 1 on a scrounging.
Oh, go on then. Yeah, there is. But I'll need a strength check to prize it off.
As he does that, does our son notice anything interesting about the TV?
Give me some kind of inspectigate on the TV. Electronics operation media. Yeah, so there's no controls to it, but it does indeed have the appearance of a CRT TV with the curved glass. But if you look really close, and like get up at an angle, you think it's actually a projector that's just got glass in front of it to make it look like a CRT TV.
This isn't a television.
Well, then let's break it.
And this isn't water, guys. We need to get going.
It starts lapping up against the bottom of the mirror. There is now like a half inch of water everywhere in the room, and it is spraying out of this corner.
We
I'm
better hurry
stuck
up
on a
then.
bed.
Here. Someone pull this piece of metal off and help me get this bed off.
Here, let me use this. I might be able to wedge it. He's holding the back of a toilet thing. The porcelain.
Pete
Jimmy will proceed to grab that and be like, "Somebody throw this at that glass."
Oh, takes it back.
you. Sorry.
Worth. I think it's probably worth describing characters at least a little bit.
I think it is, yeah. So we should
Yeah.
freeze frame a moment here. Slow motion. Arstan, you kind of woke up first by virtue of rolling quickest, I think, right?
Yeah.
Seems most confused.
Yeah, Arston is very confused with the situation. He does not have Netflix. He doesn't have a TV. He looks vaguely Central Asian. Late 40s.
Cool.
Decently in shape, like not out of shape.
Mm-hmm. Got that manual labourer's body. Brett, you've been
A little
running.
bit, yeah.
You've been running around a fair bit, Brett. Tell me
Yeah,
about.
Brett is. He's got an athletic build. He looks like a kind of a stereotypical jock type person. Tall, like 6'3". He is size modifier 1. So
Big boy.
he looks like the kind of guy that might be able to smash a mirror. He also kind of looks a little. You guys have seen the IQ rolls.
Is the football player from Daria?
Kind of.
Very
Oh yeah,
cool.
actually, he's also handsome, which is
Ooh.
completely worthless here.
Yeah, I'm watching Brett.
But I'm sure the audience appreciates it.
Jimmy, you've been rednecking about. What you like? Describe your looks, Jimmy.
Jimmy is, he's 6 foot. He's in pretty decent shape. He's not like super big, but definitely got what he's got is solid steel. Jimmy's got the mullet and the big old handlebar mustache, and looks like a little indent on his lip where the chaw goes.
The chaw.
Yeah, that chaw.
Chewing tobacco.
Hey, that's the one. Looks kind of rough.
Mm-hmm.
Not, yeah.
What's Pete look like? The last one to wake
Well-
up.
Pete's a handsome Irish man. He is red-haired and blue-eyed. His left hand is prosthetic, and he seems to be, although not as athletic as Brett, he seems to be more like the type that can carry around heavy burdens all day.
Nice.
So if you're the quarterback, he would be in defense, I guess.
And
Is that related?
Jason, how do you look?
The most average-looking 30-year-old man that ever existed.
Beige. Completely unmemorable.
Yeah,
Mousy brown hair.
like sickly blue eyes.
Every English person that you see.
Yeah,
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Fair to say he looks like a nerd.
Maybe a little bit of a nerd.
a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe not
But
like
he's
a
also a bit-
sci-fi or fantasy nerd, but he has definitely got nerdisms. You'd call him an anorak, I think, in this country.
Rain jacket, sorry?
Yeah, it's like train spotters. It's a name for those because they'd all wear plastic anoraks while they're out spotting trains in rain.
Nice.
Bit of culture for you there. So yes, Water is gushing out and rising kind of quickly, it seems.
Does anybody else potentially look like a nerd?
No, they're not so nerdy here. Maybe the Korean girl.
She does seem to be the most aware of the situation.
Here, give me that, and somebody else try to figure this thing out. And he holds out the capsule as he holds his hand out for the smashing device.
So Brett's holding out a toy capsule, like from the Japanese machines.
Is it transparent or is it?
It's
opaque?
slightly transparent, orange on one side, blue on the other, and there is what looks like something rolled up in a bit of paper in there.
Does anybody take it from him?
I'll
Maybe
grab
we
it.
just do the trade-off? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Jason grabs it. And Brett, are you
Open
about
it
to
up.
bash that window?
Yeah. So that's just the TV, right?
Yeah,
All right. And that's the mirror.
that's the mirror at the bottom.
Cool. I
Probably
guess I'll.
DX -4. But then you're also pretty much swinging against, a flat
The
surface.
broad
that's
side of a barn.
Yeah.
Right.
If you have forced entry, I'll take that. Otherwise, I think just a DX check.
That'll work.
For those following along at home, it's DX -4 + 4 for swinging at a hex.
Yep. So
And
he'll get a nice big swing and hopefully not break it.
wonk it. Yeah, give me a swing, probably +1.
Oh, that's just straight swing.
7 damage. Ooh.
So what's the condition of the window and the porcelain?
Neither break, but both crack. A big, heavy crack in the window that runs like almost down to your feet and just a little bit higher than your head. And the porcelain kind of a crack appears that runs all the way down the length of it, but it still seems firmly together.
Looks back to
Does
everybody.
water start flowing through the crack?
No. It seems to be dry on the other side of that window. Oh, you mean from your side?
No, I mean out. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. And you can see that there's some kind of black paper on the other side, and the water like rips it slightly, and light shows through.
Again, the water is flowing to the other side.
He keeps swinging.
Water is now up to kind of almost the bottom of the mattresses. Anyone who's not stood on a bed
Ah!
will have icy cold water around their ankles.
So his second attempt is a crit failure.
Oh no. Oh
Does it break?
no. Roll 3d6, please. I've not got my GM screen open. What did you get?
7.
Books. GM screen, come on. What a nerd. Critical miss table. 7. Lose balance, can do nothing. It's a bit of a rubbish one. But it will indeed break into 2. You do smash a small hole in the window, though. I mean, you could fit a person through it, but it's waist height, and there's jagged glass around the edges. You don't know what this kind of glass is made out of.
He'll pick a side and start working at the edge of the hole to try to chip it away.
Alrighty, give me another HT check, please.
Yeah.
Oh, look
Hey.
at that. You don't even lose an FP as the icy water reaches like your thighs, tickles the bottom of your Brett bits.
Ew.
So, Jason, you took that capsule off him and opened it.
Yeah, what's in it?
Inside is what looks like just a keyring. You know, as in, like, the ring part, and a little bit of chain, and a little, like, pin piece of metal. But the piece of paper is wrapped up, and as you unroll it, it's got some writing on it. It says,
Oh, it says something.
smash through the TV quickly. And don't stop in the corridor. Just run as fast as you can.
Okay, so I scream that out. I'm just like, you start smashing TV more.
There is another half to the, Ooh, 8 damage. Yeah, you could duck through there now. You'd have to be careful, and the water is starting to push against you a little bit. As it flows through there, the toilet seems to have got more vigorous as you've started bashing the TV.
This way,
Is
guys.
the water
Hurry
level
up.
net decreasing?
No. Increasing still.
Hurry up, guys. As he takes another smash for himself.
Everyone roll HT as you step off the bed, even though it were up to, like, your ankles in there, but, you know, you jump it up to your crotches. If you succeed, you lose 1 FP.
Since this involves water, can I... Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because it's the same level, but I also have swimming.
You
think
don't
that
need
might-
to worry about it at the minute. Oh, you lose 4 FP, Arstan, because of the cold.
If Arston looked like
will
a
swear in an incomprehensible manner.
that's your swear, Pete is gonna try to hold and help you up. I know it's cold. All right. The quicker we get out of here, the better.
Hey, big guy, grab the other piece of this. Let's go.
All right.
He gestures to the other chunk of the porcelain.
Roll DX, please, Pete.
Here you go.
As everyone crowds around, the water kind of like starts backing up behind you. It clears a little bit, and Pete, you get a good hit in. Give me swing damage plus 1.
That would be 6. We'd have +1.
It's just enough. You smash off another crack. More water comes in. Everyone roll DX, please.
Brett wants to go with the water into it.
You may roll swimming instead of DX if you prefer.
If that's the case.
Oh, I've not got any buttons ready.
Oof.
Looks like everyone makes it. Let's see how the ladies do. Because you're all a bunch of guys. Oh dear. It's the Korean lady who called it out. But essentially, you all slip through with the water. Rip through that paper that's behind it. And I should reveal that area to you. I'm realising now that you lot can't see it. There is a door in front of you all. Most of you are kind of either crouching, kneeling, or stood up. There's just the Korean woman on the floor. There is a grate along here that is catching the water that spills through. So you're just getting splashed lightly on the other side.
Hurry up, everyone.
This door in front of you blinks a big red light above it. Roll vision, please. Just Jason and Brett, actually.
Sure. Could I do observation instead?
No.
Have to ask.
Pete is going to try and help the Korean woman to her feet.
As you do so, you see that she's bleeding.
Come on. I'll put her over my shoulder and bring her up with the rest of the group.
Jason, you see as that door opens that it's covered in frost. and like there is a bit of a puff of condensation fog.
Luke, did you just have the Korean woman get injured by the glass in the challenge?
Not on purpose, but it seems that way, doesn't it? Reveal areas is what I want. Jeepers. Sorry, don't use this much. So it seems to be a long corridor. You can kind of see a dim light at the end. Jason, who made that vision.
Remember, guys, go quick. No slowing, no dawdling. He wouldn't use the word dawdle.
Do it say something about the corridor in the note?
It said to run through it fast.
Okay, so yeah, run through it.
And yeah, as you shout that, Brett, and say that, Jason, you see your breath in the air. And as you run in, Jason, it is icy cold. Roll me HT again, please.
Brett's also going to head in.
Mm-hmm.
Arston will be right behind
It's
him.
cold.
Lose 5 FP, Jason. Is
Should
Jimmy
everyone who enters roll HT?
Jimmy like warming up?
Luke, should everyone who enters the
Yeah.
hallway roll HT?
Yeah, roll HT again as you enter the hallway.
Luke,
Mm-hmm.
do I need a roll to put her on my back and I do the running for her?
Oh no, she can move. Sorry, I needed to check something, didn't I? Whoops. Just roll 1 3D for hit location, which is 14, which is left leg, and let's check damage real quick. Minimum 1.
So she's good.
She's alright. She can move still, but she is bleeding out that leg. You see it, like, spurting with every step she takes.
I'll try to get her over there as quickly as we can.
Okay. You are running
HT roll, right? Yeah.
through the corridor. Did anyone else
Oh.
fail?
I got very fit. Would that give me a +2?
Very fit does give you a +2 to this.
So that would be success by 15. 7?
Everyone lose 1 FP if you succeed still. If you lose, you lose your margin.
Okay.
And then, if you have running, please roll that. I've not got a
Done.
map for this corridor, but it is very long and straight.
By 2.
By 2.
By
Oh my
Ooh.
god,
5.
Jason!
Jason's killing it.
You've wasted your only crit.
Vroom.
Can I do a sports and a penalty?
Yes, I'll allow that. If you've got a sport where running's quite involved, I'd give you that at -2.
And does anybody know how to give the ability to put in mods on the rolls?
It should be default, but in the options area, the gear icon, skill modifier options, display roll modifier options in header, no modifier prompt, single modifier prompt, extended modifier prompts. What you want
Thank
is
you.
single modifier prompt. And Luke, can I give you like hiking -4 or something, or -3?
I'll give you hiking -3, yeah. Because... Ooh, failure by 2, okay. So everyone lose a further FP, except for Arstan, who loses 3.
Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
I'm at half movement.
Oof. Just in time. You reach the end after maybe only 2 minutes of running, it feels like, for the quickest of you. You hit another doorway. I'm going to need to drag so many tokens into here. And this is using a new kind of dynamic lighting that we've not really tried before, so that could be a huge mistake to make.
Living dangerously.
Yeah. Brett needs to be... We got Jimmy.
Well, also
Jason.
simultaneously, I think it's a smart time to try it.
Honestly, for this, it felt necessary for reasons. As you huddle up around that door, it slides open, and you feel your skin tingle and burn. Not enough to cause any damage or further FP loss, just as you are hit by warmth, balmy summer warmth.
Oh,
And yeah, it seems like you're outside almost.
What sort of area does it look like we're outside in?
Sunny blue skies, green European looking grass, and European hedgerows that stretch up maybe 10 meters high above you. So it is kind of shady in here still, but it looks like it's an almost midday sun. So you're also kind of being baked.
So it might vaguely remind our son of Germany.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like rolling German hills. Cool. Everyone see stuff all right?
Yep.
yeah.
Seems so.
Everyone's watches beep.
We appear to have lost the women.
Yeah, they're all dead, whatever. I'm scaring them. So... Let's see. The women.
You got a binder full of them, right?
Oh, yeah. Rubby handies. I need to give myself a 3d6 button. I've got to do it. Everyone wait while Luke adds a macro that just rolls 3d6.
While you build that macro, can I try to convince you to let the other Texan make a area knowledge roll to recognize me?
Oh, yes. Have you got area knowledge, Texas, Jimmy? You really should have.
Yeah, I probably should have.
I'll permit you an IQ roll.
Or any sports related stuff?
Yeah, have you got any sports related skills, knowledge?
You know, I don't. That was entirely an oversight. But I really should, because, you know...
I mean, you're really
Depending
smart,
on the
though, so it means
sport.
you can default to lots of things.
Yeah, success by 4 on IQ. You probably noticed this.
Success by 4 on area knowledge.
This guy does not
Oh, yeah.
seem to be a local famous sheep herder. Sorry. Make
yeah,
a secret one too.
Brett is legit quarterback at Texas. Like, he's a freshman, but...
This guy is the star quarterback of...
What are freshmen?
Oh,
I can never keep track of it.
He's
First
not a
year?
star. He's not star. Yeah, first
Okay.
year.
Freshman first year, sophomore second year, senior last year?
Yeah, he just graduated from high school or secondary school.
I didn't get corrected, so that might be right.
Yeah, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior.
But there's a nice smell in the air, you know, fresh cut grass. You can hear birds singing. I don't know if whistles get picked up by Discord, but they definitely did by OBS.
If you made them, then no.
If you want to hear my whistles, then you'll have to watch the stream afterwards. So, Jason just gets moving as a little bit of an explorer.
Just having a look. It looks like we're in a maze.
Yeah, maybe look around for one of those little toy things again.
Should we go to the right or stick together? He looks to the left.
Follow me. It'll be fine.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Oh,
You're
Luke,
Brett.
Is
You're
that,
Brett Lees.
Sorry. So the
Brett Star.
the Korean woman sits down and is clutching at a thigh, which blood is pouring out of. And
You want a doctor?
everybody freeze. Everybody freeze. Jason, take 2 steps back. No, in fact, Jason, go back to there. Roll. No, I'll make the secret roll for you. Okay. You get to there, I'll make a secret roll for you. You get to there, I'll make a secret roll for you. Okay, now I'm going to allow you to roll... I'm being way too kind here. Just roll touch for me, please, Jason.
Luke, do you want us to roll speed?
That might be a good idea. Did I? I only just noticed I
Uh-oh.
put turn order up. I didn't mean to, so I'll just close it for now. Actually,
No, but if we use it, then we won't have the running around issue.
that is also true.
Hey man, you're Brett Lees. I had $30 on that fumbled pass last week.
Sorry, man.
Jason, as you
But-
walk, are you walking right up to that hedge?
Mhm.
So yeah, as you take that last step, you hear a click. You glance down and see a piece of fishing wire, of all things,
Oh wow.
just glinting as you
I
step
know
through
what
it.
that is.
And then there's a tripwire. I will allow you a dodge and drop if you like.
Yes, please.
All right. So
You're already dropping.
because the hedge in front of you explodes in fire, essentially. Oh, what?
Uh-oh.
What? Christ. You have got luck. You might want to use that.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm imbuing luck.
We were already looking for a doctor, anyways.
So roll 2 more times. One more time.
Once more. I'm gonna guess it's a 12.
Ooh. Ooh.
I choose that roll.
You're taking the 10, are you?
Luke was just worried because his first player kill was gonna be his wife.
Yeah, that would have been awkward.
I'm full on expecting my character to die first, because he's overconfident.
In this kind of
Um,
game, that's a
yeah.
mark of honor. Pride.
First kill. Okay, so you managed to turn around and dive and hit the floor, and everyone hears a deafening explosion.
I'm just screaming.
In fact, roll HT for me, please, Jimmy. Not Jimmy, Jason. That's going to happen a lot. Waiting for it. Okay, yeah, all you hear is... You can't even hear yourself screaming.
I'm just shouting, I'm deaf, I'm deaf.
All right.
Nice to meet a. Holy shit! What was that?
Oh, yes, that comes from the south. Oh, that's another thing I meant to do. Add the token postures. I can grab it on the break, most likely. Or I can do it now in the background. No,
On
that's-
hearing the explosion, Brett will run that direction to see what's going on.
Mhm. Feel free to take a few
Yeah,
steps.
are we all on turn order or
Uh,
we still?
Still not quite yet. Everyone, select your token and roll speed on your character sheet, please. Dustbin, that is in general, and it's on the left, above move, underneath death, and
I see it.
you press the clock while your token's selected.
Underneath death.
Underneath the death. Oh, you're already on it. My bad. So we just need. Do we need anyone? Is that everyone?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm off my head. It's
It's
everyone.
5.
The NPCs are missing.
Yeah, don't care about them. So Brett, you turn and see that you had Jason lying on the floor, smoke rising from behind him, and like just what looks like a little tube sticking out of the hedge.
Is he actively on fire?
No,
Anything like that?
he looks fine. Jason looks fine. He's just screaming. Probably holding his hands against his ears.
Are you okay? Gets no response.
So-
Still screaming. I'm deaf.
So Pete, you heard that
I'm deaf.
explosion.
Before the explosion, I was asking if anybody was a medic because of the bleeding. Not sure if anybody answered.
Okay. And Jimmy, you likewise go and see what the explosion was.
Yes.
Cool. Arstan.
Turn towards the explosion.
All right. I don't think we really should be in turn order for this moment.
Yeah.
I think you kind of want to be discussing the explosion that just happened and maybe not moving around much.
I think it's more if people start doing things that are competing with each other for speed.
Yaha.
Like,
Yeah.
for example, how people are able to run off half the distance.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Try not to move around too much.
Do we have a medic? Who's hurt?
What's your name? He's asking as he tries to cover and the bleeding. Not sure if I need a medical roll to like rip my shirt and make a bandage on it.
That would absolutely require first aid.
Yeah, I think
Then,
it's
yeah.
first aid to make bandages. There is a check to make bandages, I'm sure.
It'd be first aid, yeah.
Okay, that would be an intelligence roll, right? I don't think I can do it with the average with a 9. Anybody else has a better idea?
We don't have any first aid equipment. Who's hurt?
I am. I hit a
Mammal.
piece of glass. She like moves her hand and shows the blood coming out of her leg.
All right. Something I've seen. So there's some types of shirts that are designed to allow you to rip off the sleeves. Do these tracksuits or the t-shirts under them have that feature?
They're not very strong, and they can be ripped fairly easily.
Hold still. I'll try to bandage you up. And can our son take double the amount of time he takes here?
Yeah. So it'd normally take 1 minute to bandage someone up. This time it'll take 2. So she's gonna bleed a little bit more.
Our son will tear one of her sleeves.
Mm-hmm. She's already taken her jacket off. Did you incorporate that bonus? Yeah, you did.
Yep, I'm gonna guess he ties something around it, but it doesn't really do much.
Correct.
Although, you can really tell with just a cut.
True that, but you don't think it's... You don't feel like you've done a great job. But yes, Brett, the watchers are saying something. They are beeping and vibrating.
Take a look.
So your points all rack up. You each get given 1,000 points. So you're currently at something like 1,020, 1,030. They've got a flashing message at the top that says like challenge 2. And
Is there a name to the challenge?
it does let you actually press on that. Anyone who's used a touchscreen phone instinctively goes to press the notification, and it does open, and it says, "The maze. Watch out for traps. Not everyone you
it
meet
tells
in
us.
here will be friendly." And how about a quick break, because my bladder is at 0 size today.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll be back in 5 minutes. Oh, I've got to unmute before I say that. We're back. So, You woke up in not your homes. As far as you were aware, it were going to be Halloween 2021. But instead, you seem to be in some kind of Squid Game situation, and not all of you know what that is. So it's extra scary. You've been told you signed up for this. Got played a video of you allegedly consenting to this, though you have no memory of that. And then got doused in icy antiseptic toilet water. Had to smash through a window and run through a negative 30 degrees Celsius corridor. And you've emerged in a lush green maze. Very high hedgerows, 10 meters up. Jason just started walking about, went round a corner, right through a tripwire that he did not notice, and nearly got his face blown off by some kind of landmine explosive trap. Right as your watchers tell you, your wristwatchers that is, that you've entered a new challenge, you've got 1,000 points for succeeding the first. And this is the maze. Watch out for traps and people who might not be friendly.
Timely.
Timely indeed. And yeah, Jason, you start to hear noises again. At the minute, there's also a high-pitched ringing going on, though.
I start clicking next to my ear. I'm just like, oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. Yeah, there's some traps in this maze.
I said, are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm alright. Yeah, I should be fine. Be careful, everyone.
What was it?
I don't know. I think I must have tripped on something and set something off. Just a massive explosion.
You can see it now
Managed to
because
just jump out of the way.
you laid on it. It's some kind of tripwire. You've pulled out like a little peg that had been in the ground, and you can see the fishing wire in front of you.
It's fishing wire.
Made booby traps. Huh.
We should
Well-
stick together? No?
Yeah, let's not spread out too much, but stay in sight.
Yeah, so...
Actually, I could use a few minutes just to warm up, to be honest.
Yeah, it's freezing. She's taken a
short
jacket off
break would be nice.
and hung it on the hedge. Please, nobody move around. Well, we get this water off us. So,
Definitely.
yeah, Jason, I think you lost a bit of FP, didn't you?
Yeah,
Did you note it on your
think-
sheet? Let's have a look.
I did. I am on 5.
So yeah, that is the equivalent of feeling very knackered right now.
Okay.
For every 10 minutes where you just sat on the ground doing not much, you will recover 1.
Oh,
Okay.
was that literature roll I rolled a while ago enough to think of, I don't know if they're bonuses for the story of Theseus? Failure by 2.
The story of Theseus is a pretty famous story. I don't really know it. He was like on a boat for a long time, right? Lots of trials and
You're
tribulations.
thinking of Odysseus.
Oh, bollocks.
Theseus was in the maze with the Minotaur and he had the string.
Oh, yeah.
He also had a ship, but yeah.
Theseus's ship got rebuilt so many times. It's like, is it the same ship? Is it
Nope.
not? Wait, is that someone else's ship again?
No, I think that is.
Okay.
It is the ship of Theseus, or is it?
It's like Trigger's broom.
But yeah, let's take a bit of a break, unless they start yelling at us.
I look at my watch. Does it have a timer?
Nope. The only timer on it is the one that's still clocking up from how long since you woke up.
Since we're not on a time limit, seems best.
Hi.
Well, I guess might as well get to know each other. I'm Brett. I play football for Austin.
For who?
Austin, Texas. Longhorns.
Go Longhorns, woo! No one says that.
Ah,
As long as you're not from Sheffield United, you're good in my book.
Never heard of him.
Bunch of fuckers destroyed a stadium.
Yeah, that's not cool.
It's a lot of them. But I'm not gonna give up.
My name's Ran, says Ran. You know what? You can't even see each other yet. I should amend
That's the
that.
last name. My name's Mion.
Sorry. My name's Mia. Does anyone know how to tie a bandage? I don't think this is right, and yours has already fallen off, Arstan.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Sorry,
Get out of the way. Get out of the
quite
way.
tired.
If you want something done right, ask a good old boy.
You do all feel very sterile right now as the antiseptic liquid evaporates off you. Stops
I
being
can feel the sperm count dropping.
cryogenic.
I think as we're resting, Brett will absentmindedly actually drink from his glasses, from his energy drink, just because it's second nature.
Okay, so do you do some proper first aid there, Jimmy? Not just
Yes.
bandaging.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right.
I think mostly all we've got to work with is bandaging, so I think I actually hit it right on the nose considering I've got nothing.
I think yeah, that's about right. So, you do manage to bandage it up. That only takes about a minute, but then, like, checking the rest of her, making sure she's alright, will take a good 20. So everyone else can start to recover 2 FP. And is there any conversing we want to have? Okay, so Mion introduces herself. The French woman has not spoken much, but now she will say, Je suis Amorette. I am from Paris. I just went to bed. And I woke up here. She starts crying again.
Amaret the knife?
Is that what it means?
I think so.
That's a cool name,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be okay. I think if we just follow the rules, we'll be fine.
I am Marita
Oh, hillsides.
from Mexico City.
Hola.
Waves.
Como esta, señorita?
No bien. Not great, thanks.
Yeah, it's been a weird day.
And I'll just stick you all in visible to each other's journals slowly.
Right, if we're doing introductions, I am Aston. I am from Kyrgyzstan. Grew up in the Soviet Union.
Damn commies.
Pete's gonna raise his prosthetic hand and
Go fuck yourself.
Not you, the Soviets.
So what do you do for a living?
I have a herd of sheep. I used to be a journalist.
What?
A journalist.
I don't think that's the part you were confused about.
A journalist shepherd?
I was a journalist, then I became a shepherd.
All right. Cool.
So,
So do you know like woodcraft?
Learned English while living in Hamburg. Shortly after the wall fell.
So does that mean you know like woodcraft and stuff?
Do you mean, can I? Yes?
Because There was a tripwire over there that was real nasty.
I don't quite follow.
Never mind, man.
I don't have a saw. I don't have lumber. I'm very confused.
Do you know how to spot a snare?
What do you think carpentry is?
Those two have one of them awkward foreign conversations.
Definitely.
Anyone else sharing anything about the personal life?
Is there anyone here who is Arstan the only person who is past like 30?
No, Pete is on his 40s.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Jimmy-
Jimmy's.
Probably looks late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
Okay.
The oldest woman is probably Marita, who looks about 35-ish, you reckon? The other two women look to be in the 20s. I feel a bit better, Amaret says. They won't really kill us in here, will they? I can feel something in my neck under the vein where they said in the video.
I mean, let's follow the rules and not find out.
So what, we have to get through the maze? Look at what? The watchers beep again. Boop. And a little map appears. Not dissimilar from the one we're all looking at in real life on Roll20, revealing just what you have walked through so far.
That's cool.
Fascinating.
And there's also a little red X over where Jason triggered that trap. Aye, aye.
Does anyone remember? I don't remember anything about that video they showed. Does anyone?
I
The
don't.
last thing I remember was returning from a hunt with Ibek, and he is not here.
The last thing I remember, I was at the Roadhouse Tavern. And we was partying like it was Halloween.
Because it is. It is, right? Halloween?
That's
Looks
what
right,
I
everybody else.
thought. I was meant to be going to a huge party tonight, says Mion.
Same?
Same, says Amaret.
Phi 6?
Physics.
Phi 6. I guess not the same party. All right.
No, in Seoul, and mine in Paris.
Where the hell are we?
She recovers 2 HP. She gets stood up. She's not below 1/3 HP. The bandage holds, and she can move around kind of slowly. Everyone else recover 2 HP. Not 2 HP, 2 FP, unless you have fit or very fit. And the bonuses from either of them. I'm not sure if fit on its own gives enhanced recovery.
It does. It does. Very fit. What very fit adds is half the loss.
Half loss, radio.
Which is awesome.
Also awesome.
Would have a loss, I would still lose 1 because I cannot lose 0.5, correct?
Yeah, I think you still lost at least 1, but you've gained that back easily.
Yep.
Did anyone take off their wet jackets?
Yeah, take it off, wring them out, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Get them all dry.
As you've dried, you feel a bit too warm for the jacket as well, you think?
Tie it around the waist.
It can be tied around the waist, it can be rolled up and stuffed in the bag, or hung over the bag strap, or it can be left behind. If you leave it behind, you can take, like, 0.7 pounds off your outfit weight, I suppose. If you're really bothered about that. Or you might want to keep it for more bandages later, I don't know. And Arstan, you do indeed recall Theseus and the Minotaur.
Cool. 1 second, just checking. Yeah, okay, never mind.
Jimmy
So-
definitely like rips the sleeves off of his and goes vest style.
Nice.
Best hope we don't find another cold corridor, eh, Jimmy?
There's obviously never gonna do that again. Like, they've
Then
done it once.
then you can put the sleeves back.
So we're in a maze. There is an old ancient Greek story about Theseus and the Minotaur. To find his way through the maze, he left string so that he could find his way back, see where he'd been. Perhaps something similar might be useful for us. Or perhaps we simply walk in a line so we can see each other the whole time.
Yeah, we could be our own string.
Like,
Also, points at the watch.
yeah.
Yeah, but that might lie to us.
Oh.
Wait, what was on the watch right now?
It
map.
it shows a map of the maze, or at least the parts that you've seen so far, you
Yep.
think.
And it's unique for each of us.
Pete will say, I don't think the map will lie. It's supposed to be a tool. Their tools are supposed to be reliable.
Don't worry, it will work. Sorry.
In Crazy Death Game? I don't know.
Going to
Still.
sleep is not supposed to lead to you waking up with a bunch of. It seems the majority here is from America.
I mean, it seems like we're just having memory loss. Like, it looked like we were conscious when we were aware of this. Like, haven't you ever, like, done surgery? Like, you don't remember, like, right before it.
I do.
I remember
Actually,
everything.
out of character, I remember right up until I stopped counting.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Brett's just trying to comfort everyone.
Kind of trying to comfort himself, to be honest.
This maze is too big. I really went overboard on this maze.
But do we want to just pick one way or split up a little bit?
I'd rather not get my head blown off, Amaret says after having had a look down that corridor.
Look, maybe
Well,
we
we
can
just
stay
need
as a
to be a bit
team and
more
we all
careful.
just.
What were you saying, Jason?
Uh,
You're Jimmy.
I'm Jimmy.
I was just saying that we just need to be a bit more careful,
Okay.
and then we'll be fine.
And Jimmy, stay as a team.
Yeah, I think we stay as a team and everybody just kind of leapfrogs off of one another.
Definitely.
You know, one person goes around the corner and we just kind of keep going like that.
All right, let's go find these traps.
Amaret says, all right, so do we start here or over there with Pete?
Let's go to the left. I heard somewhere the best way to get through a maze is always turn left.
I'll go with that.
Can do with that.
Let's
And
get
then, yeah.
turn order up, shall we? But
I
we don't.
suppose nobody go any further than the most advanced person right now. And let's put ourselves in the order we're going.
Yeah, so Pete, get going. And feel free to just move like up to 10-ish. Or until you get to a scary enough place. Pete, advance.
Okay.
A little bit further, unless you want to stop.
There.
Koi. Jimmy.
It
Advance
all seems
inwards.
clear.
I'm just gonna move there so I can stay in view of Pete.
Yeah, we're trying to maintain contact with the people behind us, and they haven't moved forward yet.
My bad. Austin. Jason.
Yeah, so honestly, I don't even think we need to do the turn order thing
Same.
so much.
No,
Same.
not if we're going in
No,
order,
no,
but
no, not at all.
that was in case people started running off randomly.
Yeah, so
Uh,
what I think we should do is just, as we go around the corner, the last person in the line proceeds to go all the way up around the line to round the corner, and we like kind of leapfrog off of each other like that.
Okay, that seems fair.
We. What's the holdup? Have you seen something? Mion.
Just a hole. And he's gonna try to walk carefully, looking at the ground for those how do you call them?
Tripwires.
Fish lines?
Tripwires, which
Yeah.
means that he'll miss the one that's at neck height.
Shh.
He's trying to pay attention, walk slowly, look everywhere, not moving recklessly.
No problem. Give me a vision check right as you reach the end, please.
Here you go. Any bonuses?
No.
Buy one.
It's about one. No, you don't see anything, but you assume that it's a dead end at that corner, seeing as you just walked around in a circle from there.
Tends to be a dead end. Has to be the right.
All right.
Okay, so everybody goes back the other way. So I guess
Like all the way back?
Roll.
Not going further this way.
Brett, Stan, Jason. Roll hearing. You hear a heavy footstep, followed by another. Come from there, Stan and Jason. Just after Pete.
There's something
walked
else in here.
background.
Someone's coming.
Watch out.
Someone's-
He brandishes his porcelain.
You hear him take more steps.
Brandishes his porcelain.
Carrying that half a toilet seat lid. Not toilet seat, cistern lid. You just waiting to see who approaches around the corner.
Well, he was expecting something to burst through the wall. Then it didn't, so then he was confused.
Yeah, no, it didn't indeed.
Does anybody else hear that thing?
Yes.
You all hear heavy footsteps.
Still don't see anything, right?
No, it stops and waits a minute. Then takes another step, and Pete, you see this. Its sheet's already open. A big guy wearing what looks like a lot of armor, holding a huge two-handed, like medieval sword.
He's gonna yell at the group, "Oh, you bloody spaz, run!"
Let's get
He
turn
says
order
what?
now, shall we?
Yeah, I think now turn order might be a thing.
Have I got his token selected? Yeah, I have. So Pete shouts, "Run!" Brett.
Brett has to poke his head around the corner to see what we're talking about before running.
Koi.
And then he goes, "Shit! Book it, guys!"
Pete.
I'm moving. Just looking at my movement. It's 7.
Jimmy.
Jimmy's made his way down here. He's gonna wait for people to kind of catch up.
Okay. You see her run around corner. He takes just one step forward. Yeah, Brett. But he swings the sword around so that it's in a more ready-looking position. Arstan.
I think Arstan will just continue walking away from the footsteps.
Yeah, you see Pete fully sprinting around that corner. Jason.
Well, I've ran to round this corner and I'm waiting now.
Waiting, okay.
Well, just to see what happens next.
You can wait to do something, but you have to say what you're going to do, depending on what happens.
I just waited to see. Nothing in particular.
Fair enough. Brett. Looks like you're
Brett's booking it.
booking it.
But although when he gets to here, he's going to turn back around a bit.
So yeah, Jason, you'd see Brett like sprint round the corner and then skid and spin around to look behind him. Pete.
Look.
Pete. Pete.
Ever?
Oh, sorry, I forgot my name.
Yep, it happens.
You are Pete.
I am moving. I am Pete. Just moving straight.
So Jason, you saw people run around the corner.
So I was like, what did you see? What's coming?
All right, you waited to say that. Jimmy, you see people.
All right.
Does Jimmy see dead people?
Not yet.
Jimmy moves to here.
Okay.
Jimmy's just making his way down the hallway now. He heard run, so yeah.
Arstan.
Which one was the one with, or no, that's me not remembering, so I'll just choose randomly.
Okay.
Oh, hey. What is that character? Jimmy. That's all. Arstan sees Jimmy.
Jason. So you can move your
step
move
forward.
statistic. Step forward.
Just to see, because still just want to know what we're supposed to be scared of.
You catch a glimpse of the guy, the big, fully armored knight. Brett.
Who the fuck is that?
A fucking knight!
Pete.
He runs and answers, "Some fears go shy with a sword," and runs.
He says, what, sorry?
Some fucking
Some
gobshite
fierce
with a sword. Or some fierce gobshite with a sword. Okay, you need to speak no Irish? I'm on the ferry back from Ireland, aren't you? I can't tour right now, I'm on the ferry. Hey. Hey, you'd never have me lucky. Charms. Jimmy.
Keeping in theme. Nope, damn it.
Cool. You watch him take 2 slow, deliberate steps towards you. He starts spinning the sword around like the Hound in Game of Thrones. That twirl that the Hound likes to do. He starts doing a couple of
Just
them.
like, oh shit, yeah, best run.
You don't think you can box a guy with a sword?
No.
Arstan. It's not your turn yet, sorry. I was just telling you what you'd seen. But Arstan, it's your turn. It is Arstan's turn. It wasn't Jason's turn.
Okay.
Now it's Jason's turn.
How far can I run?
Your move. It should be underneath your speed. I think it's 5. I'm pretty sure yours is 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brett. Oh, I meant to be using conditional injury, but I've not even got my calculator open.
So we
just takes a
we
moment.
seem to be leaving somebody behind that's an NPC.
My bad.
You have the Python file there, right? If
Yeah.
so, then
I've
just
got
need to
it.
open, and there we go.
Yerp. I will do it shortly. Sorry, I'm not even sure if we need turn order up anymore. As you start running, it's quite clear that he's not going to sprint after you.
Well, that's good.
And it looks like we're all going the same route,
Pretty much, yeah.
so we might as well just get back into the way we'd been doing things before, right? Unless anyone does anything different.
Agreed.
Agreed. Once we realize it's not actually keeping up, we'll call out so the people in the front don't keep sprinting.
Yeah, actually, so Jimmy found a dead end, and he was just gonna like stop here and point everybody to the right way.
Right. You can go ahead, Jimmy.
Moving on up. Moving on up.
I do kind of want to take a shot at that knight, though. Brett's
We're not in
bothering.
order anymore?
No, just feel free
No,
to.
we just went over that.
Jason, you're underneath the lady. Heyo. Jimmy? Be careful.
Yeah.
Oh, crap!
Being
Did we go left or right over here? Brett calls out.
I don't know. I went right, but
All right.
Since Pete is last, he's gonna keep an eye back, just to make sure he is not so close.
Whoops, sorry, Jason. Koi? Yeah, you don't notice him catching up. Everyone waiting for the person in front of him to go.
Just keeping order.
You've picked a pretty good
Luke,
route.
there's a hole in the dynamic lighting right here.
Be right. There is stairs going there. You might just be at a weird angle when you went past it.
Past where?
Not stairs, I mean gaps all the way there. Might also just be R20 being dodginess.
This is what I can see.
Yeah, there is a passageway that goes like this, and I think it's just weird angle.
Does
Sorry.
the Frenchman move?
Don't wait for me so hard. Leave him behind.
Are people looking for traps? Brett says.
It's
I've
just
got my eyes out.
It's just a maze.
Oh, I mean,
Maze.
somebody.
There was the explosion.
with that Dean.
An exploding key.
Yep.
Yeah, though I guess as we're going, we'll be given.
That's why Arstan said that Jimmy could go ahead.
Success by 2. Cool.
Dead end, dead end. Looks like we got 3 dead ends. Nope,
like-
nope.
I kind of want to ambush that knight.
And do what?
I'm thinking throw this thing in its head. And then run away.
Sorry, I'll catch my NPCs up.
Like, it's supposed to be some of the game, right?
That weren't an NPC.
I mean, I guess, but I don't think that's gonna get us anything.
I mean, it's got a giant sword.
Yeah, and armor. What do you think you're gonna... Like, it's a tank. It's a walking tank. We got a water bottle full of water. Or energy drink.
Arstan, give me perception vision. And also describe
Yeah,
what
I
you're
was
doing in that corner.
Arstan was trying to look through the hedge.
Okay. Well, you kind of have to lean in and push it aside. It's really thick and dense. And just before your finger touches it, you see that in the middle there seems to be like a chicken wire fence. It's metal. And lots of... Like, it's a very tight grid. You could only fit one finger through the gaps in it.
Is it barbed?
It's not barbed. But it is bare metal.
Okay. How high is the hedge overall?
Like, more than 5 meters. Very high.
Okay, never mind. There's a fence in the middle of the hedge we can't go through.
All right, that's why it's not going through. All right, I think it's somebody else's turn to take a turn at the front.
I'll go on.
But be
Sure.
careful.
You don't see anything in particular? More maze, more hedge. Your maps are updating. They seem to be fairly accurate.
Huh.
As in, not a lie yet.
Well, that's good news.
I just need to merge these 3 women into like one Cerberus.
It's like a crossroads
Oh,
here.
there's a movie about that.
The one with Britney Spears.
No, not Crossroads.
I don't think she was in Human Centipede.
The Cerberus woman, not the Crossroads.
No, I'm thinking of Human Centipede. We watched the trailer to that during lunch with a couple of us and our grade 8 film teacher. She was a bit shocked at it when a classmate requested it.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah, that's kind of horrible.
Jimmy.
Sorry, what?
I moved you slightly.
Oh, thank you. My hair turned out to be more mature than I anticipated.
I'm
You
gonna
got a
look
good
back.
pair though.
Delicious. It was perfectly right. Just, it also meant it was quite juicy.
This is a dead end, Marita calls out.
Are these all dead ends?
A lot of them seem to be.
What's this one?
I haven't checked.
This seems to go on for a while.
Shit, it's here. No, this way.
It's actually someone else, it seems. Rather than a sword, he is holding a huge and brutal-looking mace. It drips with
Mason.
blood
Nice.
and there's hair dangling from the end of it as well. It looks like it's been used quite recently. Just behind him, round that corner, you can see what look like a pair of feet sticking out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, tell her, go. Go!
This way, guys.
Quick!
What way
Quick!
do people start going?
This way.
Can I ping myself so they can see?
Absolutely not. Yeah, for sure, don't worry about it. And Jimmy, do you also move on your turn, I'm guessing? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, these guys don't seem to run after you. But, oh, yeah, as the last you go around that corner, you might catch a glimpse of the knight coming up from the direction you came from as well.
Great! Now we've got 2 of them following us.
So they're slow, but there's lots of dead ends. I'm gonna check to the left real quick. Somebody else go to the right.
All right.
They're right behind us.
I think this goes for a ways.
Let's just maybe pause on moving for a moment. I'm
Yes.
just not sure if Luke's... Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Agreed. So Brett calls out, this looks like it goes for a ways in his direction. Pete, you just barely make that out. Everyone else hears it fine. Pete, it's your turn. Do you call anything back?
Since I still don't know, I'm gonna take a step first.
Quite.
Step over here. Give me a moment.
Jimmy,
What direction was that coming from?
to your east. Right turn. Derecho.
Come on, ladies.
Boof, boof. Couple of big heavy footsteps coming from down the way. Arstan.
Okay, just wondering if we should continue or... Oh. Looks like Pete moved.
Pete's going for it.
That was my movement from my last turn. I wasn't sure what was 7. I did it again.
No worries.
Should we continue with turn order, or... I just mentioned that earlier because it felt like people were going in both directions. That might be a bit tricky for you to keep track of.
Yeah, I think people are at minute, so yeah, let's go turn order, especially seeing as there's
All right.
people like right behind you.
Okay,
That's
that's
a
my
fair
turn.
point.
Jason?
Right. So,
Sorry, what were we saying, Jimmy? Never mind, Jason.
Yep.
It's your turn.
So, I'm looking down this corner.
Okay. You can wait to move until Brett has as well.
I walk.
Alright. Brett.
Brett's moving forward.
Pete. That's Everoth.
Over here.
You might already be doing it. I was just checking.
Over here! I think it's away. That was 6, 7.
Jimmy and some ladies.
Pete found the way.
I think he said.
Do our watches have the borders as well?
Yes.
Like if the map is framed on our watch.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
But
It is
the map similarly doesn't have the exit marked or anything.
correct. It
But
could...
like we can see where the corners are.
Yeah, you can see one corner. Once you reach the corner, you've worked out that this must be a bottom edge.
Yep.
And likewise that this might be a top edge at this point.
Yep. Which is what Brett's trying to confirm.
Back to Arstan.
Arstan will continue forwards.
The knife, what's her name? Amaret. She screams and she's like, "They're right here!" She likewise sprints. Maybe not that far. Jason. Jason!
I'll carry on going around this corner.
Wait, Brett.
Yeah, he's gonna keep going as well.
Pete.
7. That's my turn.
Scumbag Pete. Going the lucky ways. Jimmy.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep up the running.
No, stop pressing edit, numbnuts. I just want the character sheet. Speed. There we go. Oh, he's actually... The Mason's faster than the Knight. That might have been by design, if I recall. Arstan. And Jason, why not?
Arstan will continue.
I'm sure you're all just running. You've legit not come across any traps. Well, other than the Mason.
Yep.
Oh, is this an issue just with simultaneous turns, or was Arstan able to see which way whoever was ahead of him went?
Yeah. He went straight on.
Okay.
You should see him when you get around corner as well, I think. And Jason, did you move?
Yeah.
Okay, Pete. You know what? Close turn order for a second. You all catch up in your respective directions.
Cool.
So you lot...
So we can inch.
Inch, feel free to go back to inchworming. I'll zoom out and try and track both of the inchwormings.
Pete keeps muttering, please don't be in that end.
I think it is.
Keep going.
Sorry, I'll inch my ladies over. Arstan, I'll just inch you over to help you out.
Whee!
Okay. Freeze. Brett. Rewind slightly.
Red light.
Red light. So Brett, you
Or
turn that...
creepy Korean song.
corner there, and you see what is clearly a shotgun lined up, pointing right at you.
Duck back.
Give me a DX check, I suppose. I'll take that. You spotted it pretty much instantly. It was hard to miss. Oh, I will allow you.
I'm gonna use my luck
Okay.
because I assume this is a dex check to not get shot.
Dex check. Yeah, potentially. Oh dear. Whew. Yeah, you step back and like 2/3 of a second later, Jason, like leaves flutter past your head,
Like put an arm up.
and there's like a neat little hole in the wall
Oh shit.
or the hedge.
What's that?
Everyone else hears a gunshot. And yeah,
Shotgun.
in fact, Jason, you can probably look through that hole and see that
Yeah.
there's a dead end round the corner and a gun pointing like through the hole.
Just
Uh-oh.
duck for a minute, and Brett's gonna actually crawl. Get down on the ground and crawl.
Oh, you're crawling towards the shotgun.
Just start
Indeed,
legging
yes.
it. Like that.
Do you really?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So.
Oh no.
You're coming back. Let's just have a quick glance at what happened to the other group in the past couple of minutes. You can get a little bit further than this before the gun goes off, I think.
Okay.
I found it.
You did indeed. That is a door quite clearly marked exit. It's got like a big lever to pull to open it. It's currently set to closed. Like a toggle switch, but comically large.
Pull the lever.
Come on, lads. This way.
The door opens and a timer appears on a little screen, 7-segment display above the door. 2 minutes. The watches all beep. Exit found. Door will seal in 2 minutes.
Hurry!
Uh-oh.
Let's just turn dynamic lighting off now, shall we? It is starting to make me lag a bit. With so many people moving around.
Fair.
I think it's not so bad for you guys because most stuff is darkness.
Ah.
So yeah, I'd drag you away and back to make it reveal. But yes, so roll hearing, please. Brett and Jason. Brett failed by 2. Although your watch notifications obviously went off.
Yeah, that's what he's concerned about.
Yep. You heard that. Jason, you don't need to roll hearing, I suppose, when your watch went off.
I did it anyway.
You did it anyway. So, Brett, you've got to that gun. You can see that it's clamped into a gun vise, and there seems to be a wire buried into the ground at the base of the like tripod it's on, and it goes up to a little mechanical servo next to the trigger. It is an automatic shotgun, so it might still have. I'm saying this. I don't know what you know about shotguns.
I mean, he knows that shotguns generally have multiple. He knows a little, not a ton.
He's from Texas. He knows plenty about
Exactly.
guns.
Cultural familiarity, guns, wild card.
Does the clamp look like it's like permanently clamped or something
No,
that can be
it's
released?
it can just be twisted.
Yeah, he's totally going to try to grab this gun. Try not to have it fire again as he's doing so.
So Jason, you've probably run all the way back.
Yeah, I'm currently in the first room we were in.
Oh, has it left you back there?
I can't.
Refresh roll 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it sent me there briefly too.
Yeah, I dragged you there and then back to this map, but it's when you turn dynamic lighting off, roll 20 has a bit of an episode usually.
I didn't have any issues. I saw exactly when you turned it off.
Might have dragged them back, or they might have still been loading the page when you dragged them back again.
Yeah, I bet that's what happened. But refreshing should fix it for you.
It's loading.
Yeah, she is using a Linux laptop from 10 years ago. Well, it weren't. It's an Alienware laptop from 10 years ago, but it's running Linux Mint.
Yep.
Look, one question.
Yep.
Is it still possible for them to make it this way?
Yeah, it is absolutely still possible for him to make it to the door.
Oh, okay.
And
And
to
we
be
cannot
clear,
block the door anyway, right?
Hmm?
We cannot block the door in any way to give them more time, right? It's one of those really heavy ones.
You might be able to block it. It is heavy, but you might be able to block it. There are things on the other side that you can see, so it leads into a wider room that looks kind of like the corridor, the icy corridor, but it's got sofas in there and vending machines and what look like some snacks, bags of popular triangular shaped corn chips in various flavors, and lots of cans of that branded energy drink.
Come on, help me up. He's gonna try and use the machine to push it and see if he can get it stuck a little bit. Give them just enough time, and when they come through, they just pull it and get everybody in.
Cool. Yeah, you want to try and wedge it with a vending machine?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone over there who's helping out, I suppose there's a lot of you. It's not affixed to the wall. It does indeed move, and you can get it over there to that doorway. So that's what you guys are working on for the next moment or two. Brett, you've got a gun. You take that thing off the trigger, and you unclamp the gun, whilst while it's not pointing at you.
then he will do the thing you do when you know what you're doing with guns of check it for ammo and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, give me an IQ-based shotgun check is where it should be, but I'll just take a long arm check. Any other long arm? It's just a rifle.
Sure. So I have to switch it to IQ.
No worries.
Hey!
Oh, yes. It's got 2 shells remaining.
Cool.
They look like slugs.
He starts booking it himself.
So yeah, you'll see Jason here at the corner, and then as you
What
get
are you still doing here?
there,
There's an issue.
the Mason
Sweet.
switches to 2 hands on his huge mace. Steps forward. Turn order, just for you two, really, I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Brett.
He'll move forward and say, "Stay behind me," and we'll drop the porcelain.
Okay.
Jason.
I'm behind him.
All right, Brett.
This guy's slower than I expected, and we're on a time crunch. He moves forward. So there.
He takes another 2 steps forward. Jason. Brett.
I move forward.
Aiming.
He takes 1 step forward and kind of goes into an almost crouch. No, fuck it. He goes into a crouch. I'm pretty sure that gives you a penalty to hit him.
With a ranged weapon, yes.
Hey, this guy's holding a shotgun. Brett,
Nice.
Jason, did you just stay in behind him still?
Yeah, I've covered my ears.
Because he's holding a gun.
Yeah.
I know what's going to happen. And I've already damaged him.
I think you can take a step without ruining your aim. So I'm going to try to do so, and then we'll take a shot.
That's true.
Center of mass.
Center of mass. Let me find out what your accuracy is for you. I should have been more prepared. I spent a lot of time doing other kinds of prepping, alright? And I've got all these books full of stuff. If only I knew how to read. Firearms. Shotguns. And, oh god, why does it not tell you slug damage? Oh no, wait, I think it does tell you slug damage.
Yeah, it should.
Just checking.
Actually, while you're looking that up, I had a better idea. So I'm going to go with that if that's cool.
Okay.
Which is, when I fire, book it. And then he's going to fire. But he wanted to give Jason a chance to have a ready to action.
Accuracy is 4.
Damn.
And what did you just say to Jason?
When I fire, book it.
Get ready to run.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
That's like a -2 for distance, I think.
Combat. Ranged. Yes. -2 plus 4. Center mass.
Should have aimed for the head. Oh well. That's the gamer in me, not the regular person in me.
He attempts to dodge and fails. This guy doesn't seem super dexterous. You hit 6d6.
I hadn't actually rolled yet, but
Whoops. Oh yeah, I was looking at your I was looking at your IQ based check.
that's a disappointing roll.
It is quite. Armor divisor is 2. Torso armor is 35. It does not penetrate DR.
Does it knock him back?
Yes, ever so slightly cinematically. It staggers him a little bit. And he definitely. You hear him make a noise for the first time. Oof!
Sounds like a person?
Sounds like a person in there, yes.
That's not good.
And Jason, I think you got told to wait until he fired and then do something?
Leg it.
Basically, get ready to run.
So Dean's climbing on me.
He takes another step forward. Jason, you're up.
So,
You
just
can-
run.
Yeah. I think if you'd been waiting to move, you could have gone twice as well, technically.
What does that mean?
So, like, if you'd have waited on your last turn to move when he shot, then you could have moved when he
Yeah.
shot, and now it's your turn.
Wasn't that what I were doing?
Yeah. So he shot. Move.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it's your turn. Feel free to move again.
Okay, so I move.
And you can move one
No.
extra if you're sprinting.
Okay. Computer's very small.
Sorry. Brett.
He calls out, "Just book it!" And we'll take a... Oh, you can't step in ready, can you?
Yeah, I
He's...
think...
Step, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so he'll take the step and ready the action of try to evade past him as he moves forward.
Coy. And he is gonna step. And... Nope. He's gonna make an all-out telegraphed attack at your skull.
Well,
Moving
that's not cool.
forward as he does so.
+2 to dodge.
+2 to dodge.
Or parry if you don't like your arms.
Yeah, I've got a gun.
And he misses.
Good. Because I don't like my dodge chances.
Oh. All out and telegraph together give you +8. Yep. He potentially hits. Yeah. Oh, that's a success on the nose.
What were you saying about your dodge chances, Lee?
Yeah. All right, so it's... What are the bonuses from him?
+2.
All right, I'll spend a fatigue. I'm pretty sure that's +2.
Yep.
I think that's going to have to be good enough.
Best of luck.
Good luck.
Whew!
Oh, wow. That was
Well
scary.
done.
Quarterback jukes right.
And it looked like that had basically no effect on his armor.
Yeah, but it weren't a
Right.
great damage roll, unfortunately.
True.
And
But you wouldn't know that.
yeah, no, you wouldn't.
Truth.
Jason, do you turn back to look at what's happening?
Yeah, I'm waiting because I'm like struggling with thinking, should I run forward or do I leave this person? So, just waiting
Heartfelt.
to see what happens.
Brett.
He's going to try to evade past this dude.
Cool. I'll take DX, acrobatics, maybe a sports check.
I was thinking football.
Yeah, I'll take football straight up. This guy is, slightly off balance. He went all out on his last turn. Oh my god, look at that. This kid is a savant genius.
I mean, really, I should
It's
have
like,
just...
yes,
I should have just
no!
tackled the dude, but no,
You
we're going to
really
book it.
should've.
Quarterbacks don't tackle people.
Yeah, the big issue is Brett is not a tactical combat badass. He sees a way past this guy, he's going to book it.
Yeah.
Radical.
The mile.
Maybe next time he'll be tactical.
Other than the two of you, everybody else just kind of left you to die, so.
Both of you give me an IQ roll, Jason and Brett.
Good luck, Jason.
Okay. Is everyone else kind of like shouting after them guys?
We went through the door, right?
Yeah. But
Uh,
you know what? For the sake of just moving on past this maze that has put too much effort into. Sorry, I was just copying and pasting you.
Yep.
Oops, I got some.
We did
scary
it.
dice. You did it. Well done.
Yay!
Room
We
complete.
did it! Woo!
More importantly, junk food.
5,000 points. You're now at something like 6,050. and you should have got dragged over to this map. I have not put the vending machines and junk food on, but rest assured they are there. For pacing reasons, I also think I'm going to skip right past the next little section that I had planned.
Fair.
But bear in mind, there was another puzzle in a little area that I'm not going to reveal to you right now. And yeah,
So you might save it for another game.
I might. There is a sign. A display screen. Again, not pictured, ran out of time. And it's saying, "Enjoy your rest," sponsored by popular energy drink brand.
How long is the rest?
It's counted down. You have got 30 minutes rest.
So 3 FP.
Correct.
Cool.
Don't fill up too much, though. A delicious meal is being prepared for you in the next room.
What the fuck was that?
That was.
A murder maze.
I think those were people in the suits.
No shit. That guy he had a sword. He was going to cut one of the guy with the mace. It was covered in blood.
Oh shit. Who are we missing?
I don't think it was any of us, but maybe.
Are there other groups?
Maybe. I don't think we're the only.
There were 8 of us. There are 8 of us.
You lads alright?
What?
Are you lads alright? Anyone got hurt?
All right.
All right.
I'm okay.
Thanks to Brett.
My leg's sore. Where did you get a gun? Brett is holding a shotgun.
It was one of the things that shot at us.
I heard the gunshots. 2 of them.
Not much good against those armored things, but anybody. He looks directly at the fellow Texan and offers the gun. I'm more of a long arms guy.
I mean, all I got is a pistol.
All right, fair enough. Only one.
I
only
can
one.
use a gun.
A bow
Right.
hunt.
He offers it over then. Only one shell left, so be careful.
Thank you. Defaults to guns rifle at -2.
Cool.
Nice.
I got crossbows, so if we ever come across a crossbow,
Awesome.
You will soon, hopefully.
Wait, did you say anyone know how to use this and hand it to someone whose skill is like ridiculously lower than his anyways?
That is probably what happened. Yeah.
Cool.
He's a team player with an IQ of an 8.
How about another quick break?
Alright.
Sounds good.
Well, your players take a quick break eating corn chips and energy drink.
And loading the crap out of his backpack with the stuff.
Oh, you fucker.
There you go. I'll let you have that one. Now we're back. So, you've woken up in a Squid Game-esque murder maze. Not all of you know what Squid Game is, unfortunate. Or fortunate for a little while until the horror started. You've been chased through a maze with traps, although you only saw a couple of them, because you kind of avoided dead ends after you spotted them. You didn't just walk right up to the dead ends like that Jason did. But also you.
We're looking for more of those capsules.
Yeah. If you play your cards right, you could find some of them, or you could find guns, etc. And you were being chased through that maze by people heavily armored people with a sword and a big mace. And there might have been another one with a different weapon, but you might have not seen him. You've come through into a little rest area where it's given you 30 minutes of recovery time on sofas with popular Ghoul branded energy drink and nacho chips. of the flaming hot variety.
I guess as they see the food, Peter's gonna take a step forward and say, "Oh, dinner! That's savage. Let's eat."
Don't fill up, but absolutely.
Correct. The TV screen warns you not to fill up because a delicious meal is being prepared next door. And as previously iterated, for pacing reasons, a short puzzle is being skipped. And you will step out when the door opens. Eventually, I'm sure you'll all step through onto this platform, next to which there is a 10-meter drop. So I don't know if this reads properly.
Stairs
yeah.
down in front of us, and then up across from that, and then if we go up, if we go north, we can go down.
Yeah, it does say over here that it's
Yeah.
10 meters down.
Correct. So the wall across from you is actually higher, and you can see the door, which is presumably the exit, up there on the right. And
This doesn't seem so bad.
I don't even need a roller sense of smell. I don't know what your guys' favourite foods are, but the game does. And you can smell them right now.
The Yorkshire puddings.
There's Yorkshire puddings with gravy,
Yeah,
roast
see
lamb
the-
and mint sauce, roast
Sweet.
potatoes, cauliflower cheese.
Hey, announcer, can we eat it?
You watch us beep. Boop, 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 boop. Welcome to your third challenge. A delicious meal with your family.
That's a challenge.
The food is not poison.
As long as it's not the last challenge. That was unspeakably horrible.
Enjoy for as long as you like before moving on to the next room. The door will not open until everyone has sat at the table together.
It was saying something about food is not poison, but I couldn't quite hear it. Did anybody else catch it?
No, what's his face won't shut up.
Mion sits down at a big bowl of noodles. There's seats for all of you, with all your favourite dishes.
Is there water?
There is water, there is wine, there is beer.
Our son will take a sip of the energy drink.
It's strong, very sugary. I don't know how much energy drink Sarstan has in his normal time.
It's good stuff.
I'm gonna say none.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, pal, just straight up sugar.
We have a beer.
Ooh, are there empty glasses?
There are empty glasses.
Our son will swap out his energy drink for water.
Okay, you pour the energy drink into a glass and pour water into your energy drink bottle. I wonder if that'll gain you points or lose your points with the viewers.
And then have... What sort of beer?
Cause.
Cans or
Our
bottles?
son will
Light.
have wine.
What? No, this is Texas. It's not Coors. It's Shinerbach.
What makes you think this is Texas? Someone says.
Well,
Blue ribbon.
Because you said all of our favorite stuff is down there.
Does Texas
Wait.
have my grandmother's kimchi? Because that's what this tastes like.
you
So
just said all of our favorite foods, so I assume some of the beers.
Oh, okay, fair enough. No, yeah, there is.
You did say Coors, and I was like, oh.
Hey, you got a problem with Coors? I love Coors.
No, fair enough. There will be local alcohol local beer and French wine.
Could Pete assume that they have a bottle of whiskey?
Yep, there's a bottle of Bushmills. There's a bottle of Johnny Walker.
Look,
That's what I need.
you'll see I handily made that.
Yep, I see.
Yeah.
It's a shame Colin's not here, because his character would be struggling.
So I think we dig in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all-
Everybody does the meal thing.
go quiet for a bit as there's chewing. And then, after about 5 minutes, you all sat down, you do hear the door open up in the background. And then, just a couple of seconds later, before any of you really had a chance to turn around and look, there is a red ball bouncing down from this ledge. From the angle, you can't see over that top ledge, but you do see this red, small toy ball bounce right down. And
We should go.
That's done.
a voice calls down from above. Picture this. It's 5 to 10 years from now. You're sitting down at a restaurant to enjoy a lovely meal with your family. Then I walk in with my human pets.
Human pet guy.
And then you see someone step forward and look down at you. He's holding another red ball in one hand and a whip in the other. And you see his human pets start making the way down the stairs. They crawl on their hands and feet. It looks as though the tips of the fingers and the toes have been removed.
Oh
They
my
wear
god, you
blood-stained
you made the villain human
blindfolds.
pet guy.
The genitals are covered, and boobies if they're a female.
Standing up?
No,
I
they
think I lost my appetite.
they crawl on all fours. Oh, you're standing up.
No, yeah, I'm standing up. What the hell, dude?
How have I infringed on your freedom? He calls down.
You've kidnapped us.
I'm not involved in this. These are just my human pets. They kind of... They try and talk, but something sounds strange. Their vocal cords have been removed, he says.
I mean, that's kind of weird, but again, what the fuck?
He cracks his whip. No, go the other way, idiots at the back. Good boy, good girl.
Next thing you're gonna tell me is you fish here for Seinfeld.
No one can tell a word you're saying. It's like Brad Pitt in Snatch.
I think I heard the word Sheffield.
Not sure if I'm doing too bad with the accent. Sorry about that.
It's alright. I don't mind.
It's great.
I thought I heard Seinfeld.
Yeah, I thought I heard something.
So yeah, there's human pets making the way down the stairs at you, and some kind of human pet guy stood up at the top ledge.
Is this a challenge, or are you just showing off your toys?
You all look awfully offended, I've got to say. I take offense at how offended you all look. I suppose you think I'm somehow, I don't know. You're irrationally prejudiced is what you are, he calls out. I ought to turn you into human pets.
There's your problem.
Is this guy insane?
He cracks his whip
No.
again. Get them, my pretties.
Oh no.
Dun, dun, dun. Human pet boss fight. Human pet's got good stats.
I mean, he only gets the best of pets.
Does C. Smith have good stats? Nah, I'll give him slightly better stats. Everyone roll your speeds. I'm missing Jason. That everyone? Brett, you're up.
What the hell, dude? Yells in the guy's direction, basically.
Pete,
Wish ya! And he breaks the bottle of whiskey and holds it with a handle.
I'll allow it. Jimmy,
Grab back of chair, ready weapon.
he just takes a step back for now. Disappears from view up there behind the tip of the ledge. Jason.
I lift my plate up, like chucking the food off, and just like ready that.
Cool. Arstan.
Ready the shotgun
Ready the shotgun.
and stand up.
Stand up. Human pets, as he cracked his whip and shouted, "Ready, my pets!" They speed up a little bit. They look like they've grown accustomed to some kind of semi-run maneuver on all fours. It is gross to watch. As they get closer, you can smell them. They really have ruined your lovely meal. He is not grooming his human pets properly. Brett.
Alright, screw this. He starts heading over.
Pete.
I am going to go here. 5. No, wait, I have to go straight, right?
No, you can move a little bit.
Okay, and turn, and my turn.
Jimmy. You've got a chair.
How? This a 5-meter ledge?
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Okay. Excuse me.
There's a nice portrait on the wall. Picture frame. Not a portrait, it's a landscape.
Jimmy moves over here with his chair.
A red ball bounces off the next ledge up, and you see it hovering above the table. It's about to fall. Jason?
Wait, a red ball? I thought it was monster.
Red-
The ball that was falling from the beginning.
It's being a facetious bellend. It's got lots of little red balls. Not red bulls. Jason?
Can I climb onto the table?
Yeah. You've still got, like, it costs you 2 move to climb up on that table. So if you want to move about on the table, you can.
Okay.
Kicking around plates. It's like Skyrim. All the food in front of you just flies in every direction.
It flies upwards at like 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, one of the cauldrons gets caught on something. Austin.
Well, there's a door up there, and these human pets are blind. So our son will just start making his way away from them.
Got it. Human pets.
Do the human pets seem to have an irrational hatred of Samoyed dogs?
Maybe. These seem like they might have picked up a lot of weird beliefs. Honestly. Brett.
Continue advancing.
So these stairs are quite high. So I think
Two per or three per?
2 per step, let's say. Yeah.
That'll work.
Pete, 2 move per step.
2, 4, 6, and I'm not gonna do the 0.5. That's it.
Coil. Jimmy.
That's Jimmy. Comes around the corner with his chair, his big ass chair.
Jimmy's holding the fucking chair. Okay, yeah, that ball. Jason, you kind of catch it if you wanted. You could try and catch it.
Yeah, I'll try and catch it.
You've kind of. It's just something that a chav would do, you know. A ball's about to land on
Yeah.
him.
Catch it before it touches me. What did I roll?
I hope human pet guy doesn't sue me. No, I hope he does. The exposure. Roll
Can
DX.
those-
Sorry, Jason, to catch the ball. Like, I was just waiting for you to roll something, but I've not actually asked you to roll anything.
No.
No, you do not
I
catch the
missed.
ball.
Oh, fuck. How embarrassing.
It lands on the table, though. And then
I
bounces
kick
again.
it away from me instead.
No, you don't. It rolls away on its own. Jason, it's your turn, though.
I'm just seeing how things are playing out for now.
Wait. Arstan.
Do the human pets seem to be reacting to the people moving near them?
Maybe. Good body language. Human pet specialty if you've got it. Hard to be sure. They definitely seem to know not to go off the ledges, at least.
Can they see?
Okay, our stone will move over here.
You're not sure they've got eyes underneath them blindfolds.
Yikes.
It's to make them less independent, the human pet guy shouts out. They just kind of like slip down the stairs a little bit. This one just feels at the edge of the stairs. That one rolls down him slightly. Brett.
I think he's gonna try to get through them. So, I think evade or slam, evade or slam. I'll try the evade. So he's gonna go there, and I'm gonna do that evasion thing if I can.
Give me a. Ooh, I want to say. I think there's extra penalties for evading extra people. Actually, I should check this. Basic set.
He only needs to evade one.
Evading. No, that's an attack. Evading, page 368. Evading. Moving through ground occupied by an opponent. Aha, yeah, you don't need to move through that much. -2. Quick contest of DX. Modify your DX as follows. -2 if your foe is kneeling.
Okay.
They fail their DX. Ugh.
So am I doing -2 or just straight?
DX -2. You might fail by more than 2. You succeeded by 4.
Cool.
So you evade. Pete.
All right then.
Can I climb here and avoid them?
You could technically jump and climb up, yes.
Would you like a jump or a climb check?
Both, please. I think jumping might be at a penalty if you don't prepare first.
It penalizes the height you can jump. Jumping is a bit of a weird skill.
Aha. So yeah, you jump and your fingers grab the ledge, but you slip off and drop back down, stood there. Jimmy.
Rat corn.
I care.
No, actually, we're just gonna stay there and ready up on that chair.
Got ya.
Anybody who gets in swinging distance.
Koi. Another ball just rolls off this top edge this time. Brett, you see it appear. Bounce. Keep rolling. Jason.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump off the table.
Give me DX or jumping. Or acrobatics. If you've got any of them. I'm pretty sure you'll have DX. Oh, jumping. Yeah, no problem. You jump down off the table. Arstan.
There's a lot of ambient noise right now, right?
In the room, yes.
Our son will move to the corner here and just try to be stealthy.
Alright.
That roll that didn't go through includes the +1 for the shoes.
Cool. I see it. You succeeded.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, good roll.
And they've got penalties to here because all the shit going on.
Yup. Two attacks at Brett. Both all out telegraphed. One of them is a crit fail. Oh, snap. What is a 4 on a melee crit fail? Unarmed critical miss. If attacking or parrying with a limb, you strain it. 1 HP of injury, and the limb is crippled. You cannot use it either to attack or defend for 30 minutes.
Oh, I feel bad.
So yeah, the human pet that was swinging at your back critically misses. And, like, strains its arm and takes 1 point of damage. Meanwhile, the other human pet potentially hits you.
He's going to do a unarmed parry and retreat.
Cool. You get a +2 because of the telegraph.
Awesome.
You succeed. That is a baller parry. And it's your turn.
I mean, it was a parry and retreat. Like,
Yeah. When you're trained in that stuff, the retreat on parries is nice.
absolutely.
Uh,
You guys coming?
It's Brett's turn. Sorry, I accidentally skipped him.
I mean, Brett calls out, "You guys coming?" And then he's gonna head up the stairs.
Jimmy?
Uh,
Nope, sorry, it's Pete.
if I take a step up, would that make my climbing and jump easier?
Yeah, you wouldn't even need to jump if you took a step up. Or you could, and I could take a climb in it like a +1.
Okay, I'll
Good
take
action.
one step and just climb up.
If he's able, Brett is
If
happy
I
to help as well.
Oh, by 4?
Yep, so you're like halfway up at minute. You know, you've got your arms and your waist above there, but your legs are dangling.
Okay.
Now it's Jimmy.
Yep. I'm doing it still.
That's Jimmy. He moves up the stairs.
Quite. Jason!
Jason moves to here and climbs up onto that step.
Yeah, I don't even need climbing. It'll just take rest of your move. Arstan. The human pets
So-
kind of turned at noise on the last turn. They were all kind of... It does now look like they listening for people.
Okay. Stun will just. He'll just take a step. Should I roll stealth again or no?
No, I don't need another stealth. Pushed up against that wall. Cool. Human pets. All out telegraphed, grabbing for Pete's legs. You feel something grab one of your legs, Pete.
I don't think I can dodge with my back on them, right?
Correct.
Alright.
This one is gonna roll down these stairs a bit. All out telegraphed for Jimmy. Just reaching to try and like hug you. Potentially getting you, Jimmy.
All right, we'll spend an FP. Yeah, we'll do this like that. Myth.
Quite. Give me DX, please. I think you might be at a penalty to dodge from going back downstairs as well. And I think that's a trip and fall. But 12. What is the 12? You land on your limb. Left arm.
Ouch.
I'm trying to roll that in the wrong place. 1 point of damage to the left arm. I should really
Ouch.
open that Python script. Sorry. I'm just... Yep. Brett.
Brett's gonna take a step and make some noise to hopefully distract. Hey, over here!
Pete. You can try and break free. Quick contest of strength. You could roll your lifting strength as well. Or you could try and kick him.
Yeah, I think a kick. I don't want to hurt this person much. Just drop me. Brawling would work, or
Brawling -2. I'll take.
can I telegraph since they cannot see me?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that
If
would
you don't
make
care
it.
to dodge, you can go all out determined for another +4.
I'll go all out determined telegraphed. What would be my bonus at the end?
+8.
With that -2. With the -2?
+6
-2
after
+6.
-2.
Okay. He yells, "Get off me, you joke!" By 9.
Yeah, you kick him. Roll thrust.
3.
Yeah, you kick them and they let go. They like yelp. Ah!
Do I need another turn to get up, or I am able to?
No, you can like finish pulling yourself up there, but you'll be kneeling.
Okay.
Jimmy.
I guess stand back up or come to knees.
Aye. Another ball gets rolled. Jason?
I've still got that plate in my hand, so I want to aim at the pet closest to me.
Okay. Arstan?
Let's take another step then if I'm allowed those.
So as
Yeah,
that
that's all.
other ball got rolled, just then these two turn and start climbing back up the stairs. This one raises its head up and tracks it as it falls into this area. And this one kind of makes a beeline for Brett. Let's make a move and attack at your legs. Why not? Fail. The other two down here. Gonna keep going for the chair guy. Potentially grabbing you with an all-out telegraphed. +2 to dodge. That one backs up after being kicked in the face.
So another dodge.
Another dodge, unless you want to get grappled by a human pet that looks stinky.
Nope, grappled by a human pet.
It looks stinky. Brett.
You said that ball's bouncing nearby?
Yeah.
How nearby?
Like, right behind you.
Like, could he make a roll to catch it?
Yeah.
Or if he took a step, could he make the roll?
Yeah, if you take a step, I'll take a DX to catch it, or a sports if it's better.
Of course, I'm going to do sports. That's what he does.
Terrible roll. Good job you did sports. And yeah,
All right, he'll catch the ball. He'll do something with it next round.
quite. As it lands in your hand,
Okay, Ash.
you do see the heads kind of. Pete.
Ooh,
Catch them all.
nice.
That's Everoth.
I'm just gonna get up. Not sure how much I can walk up to that.
You can go up a step as you change posture.
Okay, that's it for me.
Jimmy, you're currently grappled by a human pet. You're still holding... No, you dropped the chair when you fell and landed on your
Probably.
arm.
I don't know. Beat him off me?
She's ran past. Brawling or DX to punch at a -4 for being grappled.
Nope.
Cybersmith is just peering down at his pets. Cybersmith. Jason.
I want to throw the plate at that pet. That's
Alright.
grappling.
Do you have throwing?
I think so.
And you aimed once, right?
No, I don't have throwing, but could I use like my cricket or rugby?
Oh, yeah, I'll take a... It's a plate. It's not that similar.
What was the skill, sorry?
Throw in
Cricket
a
or
plate.
rugby?
Cricket or rugby.
I could see rugby.
Yeah, I'll take rugby at a -2. +1 for aiming.
Okay.
-1 for distance. So, rugby -2.
I fail.
You fail.
I miss.
You hit Jimmy.
Oh fuck! Sorry.
Roll.
I really thought I'd be able to do it, pal.
I'm not sure what the damage is going to be. Let me check. Ranged calculator for thrown weapons. What's your
How much
strength?
can a plate weigh? 10 pounds?
Yeah. Is your strength just 10? Plate thrower. I forgot your name, Jason.
I think so.
It couldn't be
Yes.
10 pounds.
No. A lot less than that. It does not damage you, Jason, but it's annoying. Austin.
It does say minimum 1, but it's also just a plate.
Yeah, it's just a plate. It does no damage.
Our stone will take a step up the stairs. Actually, wait, no. He will... Yeah, no, he'll just take a step this turn.
Quite. These human pets start going towards the sound of Brett's ball.
Does the ball, like, is the ball making a noise?
You can feel something rattling around inside there, but it's not really making a noise that you can hear.
Alright.
Let's see. 2 attacks against Brett, all out telegraphed. Wow, both potentially hitting.
Does anybody remember if there's bonuses for defending from above?
I think there is.
It's in the cheat sheet.
Get out of here with your cheat sheet. You're the only person who ever remembers to open it.
I'm going to assume it's a +1 for the moment.
Oh wait, no, it isn't. That's in basic 2.
Special
Yes,
combat
there is height difference.
situations.
What's the height difference?
Half a meter, couple of feet.
Okay, page 402.
Thank you.
Up to 2 feet of different vertical difference. Ignore unless using hit locations.
Fair enough.
Up to 3 feet. Lower fighters -1 to active defenses. Upper fighters at +1 to active defenses.
+1 to active defenses. It's between 2 and 3
Cool.
feet. And you block them both.
We did these kind of drills back in camp.
Brett, you're up.
I think he's going over the edge of the railing. I'm hoping right here it's not too far down.
Yeah, that's you can just use your movement to get down there. It'll take 2. Oh no, 3.
All right, 3 to go down there. All right, so 3, 2. All right, he'll go to there. That's probably not close enough to actually enter the grapple, is it?
Not quite.
Okay.
No.
Can I spend 1 to do a half move to get there?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
All right,
You're
he's gonna
reaching in. If you give me a DX check.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah, you're good.
All right, he'll go there and he'll roll that versus a 9 to try and enter the grapple. Nope.
Oh, close. Brett
He's
jumps.
unable to grab the guy from the back.
He jumps in and tries to help out, Jimmy. You're still grappled.
Fall backwards and try to tumble down with him.
Okay. Wrestling or DX? On the nose. He falls with you. You both kind of roll down the steps.
Jimmy!
And you know what? You end up on top. Stop being prejudiced against my pets! He calls out. Jason.
Sorry, I just
It's alright.
somehow got onto GURPS calculator.
I'm guessing, are you just moving up the stairs?
Oh, we're moving forward. I want to climb up onto the next set.
Oh, okay. I'll move you as far as you can. Arstan?
Austin will move over here. I assume it's just like a meter, and it's about head height.
Yeah, you
The
could,
ledge here.
yeah, either climbing or just spend all your move to get up there.
Can he put his hands there now? Because he already moved a couple meters.
Yeah, get ready, and then you can get up there and get to standing as well on your next turn.
Cool.
Human pets.
But no longer silent, necessarily.
Correct, but the human pets are interested in the balls. We want the balls. Balls. Fails at grabbing Brett.
That's good, because that was from behind.
Brett. Oh, and these guys. Ah, human pets.
He's going to chuck the ball at the owner.
You got a pretty clear view of him from there as well with these stairs. The way they are.
What kind of a mask does that look like?
It's
Sort of like the Red Death.
yeah,
Like, is it cloth, or does it look like it's like a Vader mask?
like a Vader. It's like a hard plastic shell, vaguely shaped like a cloth mask would be.
Fair.
Oh, I think
All right. Well, we'll
I can
just
do that.
aim for center of mask on him then.
Although it looks more like cloth on there.
Sorry, looking up range penalties. Yeah, chuck the ball up there and hopefully hit him in the chest.
You're good at throwing.
He's a quarterback.
Yeah, you hit him. The ball hits him in the chest. Bounces off him. It's like, ow.
Shut up!
Stop being prejudiced, Pete.
2 and 3. That's my turn.
Jimmy.
I guess keep struggling with human pet guy.
This isn't human pet guy. This is a human pet.
Yeah. Keep struggling with that guy.
What do you want to try and do? Brawling or DX to punch him? At -4
Yeah.
for being on the ground. You can telegraph it. Those things don't seem to have eyes.
Alright, yeah, we'll telegraph it. Hey, it hit.
Oh, so it did. Show me damage. I think it's thrust -1 for a punch.
Nothing.
0 damage. But you bash him. Leave them alone! Oh, Pete, you're right there. 5 meter difference. He takes a step back. And kinda... looks ready with his whip. Jason!
Move to here.
If you can give me a
And
jumping and a
try and
climbing, you can get
Climb
up
up onto it. Yep.
on this turn. But you'll be kneeling when you get up there. Failed the jump.
Roll again. Imbue look.
Imbue.
Mhm.
Invoke, do you mean?
Look. Yeah. Same thing.
Look, 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 look. Roll 2 more times.
I'm trying.
Roll again. You might get a crit. You didn't. Okay, taking the 10. Roll climbing. Fail the climbing, but it's not enough to drop off. You're holding on to that next
Okay.
ledge up. Arstan.
Can our stun get a bonus to his climb roll if he takes a step to his left? Because then the difference is less.
Yeah, I don't even need a climbing roll if you take a step to your left. But that will use all your movement.
Cool.
Human pets. They kind of turn and all stare up at a human pet guy for a second. Human pets! I don't like them. Brat.
Gotta go help out the Texan. Hey,
Grabbed him.
he'll grab the guy. Enters the grapple.
Pete.
That's my turn.
As you step forward, he cracks that whip at you. And he potentially hits you with it.
Okay. Is dodge possible while moving upstairs?
Yeah, you can dodge. You can dodge and retreat and carry on forwards, but you'll be at a -1 for it. Oh, and because of the elevation difference, I think
Another
you're...
-1.
Let me see. Because he is, like, a couple of meters higher than you.
If I use that fatigue, what would make my final roll?
You're at a -3 to defend, because there is height difference.
And if I use a fatigue
-1.
to make how do you call it? Excessive? No.
Feverish.
Feverish.
Feverish. Yeah. So that would be -1. And here we go. Success by 3.
Oh, well done. Yeah, he cracked his whip at you. He steps back afterwards. Jimmy.
I don't know. Keep wrestling this guy off.
You can try and break free. You can punch him.
Yeah, break free is what I'm going for.
Strength
just rolled-
contest. Oh, I think you can use...
Nice.
Strength and dex are the same, so.
Yep, you break free.
Great. I break free.
Could take a step over here. A couple of steps. He takes a bit of a move. Jason.
Try climbing up still.
Yep, give me a climbing check again. I was going to say it's at a +1 this time. Because it's, you know,
Okay.
just lifting yourself up a ledge. So you get up there.
Yeah.
But it takes all your turn. Arstan.
Whoa.
Whee!
Sprinted up them stairs. Human pets. Human pets carry on up the stairs towards the ball sound. It looks like they're going straight past you. Brett. Jimmy broke free. You've got a pet.
He'll try to give him a shove away from Jimmy and himself.
Aye, aye. Show me wrestling.
How about sumo wrestling?
Yeah, I think that's the kind you want. Yeah, he goes like straight down, probably into the wall a bit. Bashes his face into it. You see it bends his nose a bit and it starts bleeding.
Oh. Sorry.
In fact, no, why am I rolling that? Roll thrust, please. Oh.
Damn, Max.
Pete.
Sorry, I'm going to move here. I think that's enough, or can I still take another step?
You could take another step if you want.
Okay. Can't attack because I moved my whole thing, but yeah, I'm way. I have the cracked bottle on my hand.
You could still attack. You just you can't be higher than a 9. You're at -4 and you can't be higher than 9.
Okay.
So brawling,
at a
-4.
9. Nope.
Cool. Jimmy, you laid down still or kneeling?
Yeah, kneeling and take a step and come to the feet.
Gonna step back and he adjusts his whip as he's doing so. He can't only step to there. Okay. Jason.
I'm kneeling on, or like crouched.
Crouched.
From climbing
You can
up there,
step
yeah.
and move normally.
Okay, so. Over there.
Yeah, that's allowed. That's quite a high climb, though. If you're planning
I'm not planning
quite arsed
on
up.
climbing.
That's a low climb. Yeah, just take your move. Fair enough.
Whee!
Human pets.
The math turns out the same.
You're
Awesome.
There's too much noise going on here. Human pets grabbing at these ladies. Both succeeding. Brett.
Human pets don't have the genitals, right?
They do. They just covered. I've covered them so I don't impose on your freedoms. Tell me how your freedoms have been infringed. Brett.
He's moving up.
Pete.
I take one step and try to stab this guy, saying, "You took their fucking eyes." And boop. Not sure if brawling has a minus.
No, I think it's just straight up brawling to try and stab someone with a broken bottle.
9 out of 13.
He's gonna try and dodge and retreat. He's gotta go sideways. He doesn't make it. You stab him. Show me thrust. Probably +1 cutting.
Got it. With +1 cutting, that would be a 2.
2. So it does not penetrate his latex armor that he's wearing where you hit him.
Okay.
Jimmy.
I guess up the stairs.
C. Smith steps back and tries to whip your Pete, potentially managing it. You may dodge. You may dodge and retreat.
Oh, sorry, that was me. Dutch Retreat.
And then it'll be Jason.
Success.
Oh, good success. Make sure you go backwards.
Oh, backwards?
As long as it's kind of away from him, so that we're fine.
Okay.
Jason?
Oh, I'm gonna move to here. And can I punch this guy, or do I need to wait?
No, you can punch him.
So, yeah, I want to punch him.
Straight up, if it's to the torso.
No penalties for posture in melee.
Correct. If you want to punch him in the head or something like that, like you could punch him in the back of the head for -5, but you could also telegraph it and go all out for a +8. So you'd be at -3 to hit him in the back of the head. Nope. What am I about? You'd be at +3 to hit him in back of the head.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Or you could punch him hard and then be at -1 to hit him in back of the head.
I don't know, you've given me too many options now.
Have you considered also pretending to punch him in the back of the head so that his defenses are lowered next second?
It's about another 50 options we've not gone over as well.
I'll do that, so...
Go for
Have you
the...
considered selling our branded knives? and
He's not
recruiting
going to
your friends?
dodge, so either go for the strong or more likely to hit.
I want them more likely to hit.
Okay, so roll box in at +3. Hits. So then roll either thrust +1, or you can roll the damage from your combat tab in melee. Thrusts on main page, bottom left. Oh, there you go.
Oops, I pressed it twice by accident.
I'll take that 5. So you crack his skull. It comes out at 12. He drops like a sack of taters.
Do that!
Everyone hears a sickening crunch as Jason proper lamps this guy in back her head. But she's pretty pleased. Arstan.
What was the dealio with that door?
It's open.
Can Arstan put his hands up on there?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so that human pet is out cold. Your hand hurts a bit, actually, Jason. Yeah, you will have taken 2 damage to your hand. Oh no, I think it's 1. In fact, I think you need to roll HT. And you fail, so yeah, you take 1 damage to your right hand. Because his skull and your knuckles are made out of the same thing.
Okay.
But that doesn't really affect you. Except for this next second. This human pet tries to bite her. And potentially
Not
succeeds.
cool.
It does succeed. Human pet bites Marita. Marito? What's her name? Marita. Marita gets bit by a human pet on the thigh. And she screams. Other human pets are still going for the last ball they heard. This one's finally started moving. Brett.
Let's see if we can get to Marita. We can't, spoiler, but we
Pete.
try.
Step on attack.
Just for the torso?
Torso.
Quite.
That's a fail.
Jimmy.
Up the stairs. That's Jimmy.
Okay. He's going to take a step back. And he makes a really fast crack of his whip. He going to go all out for this. Oh, he misses you. Bollocks. Jason. So you just saw that bite this lady. You also proper knocked that guy out.
Move to here. Can I punch him from here?
No, you've not got the reach, but you could kick him. That'd be brawling -2.
Don't have. Oh, dear, I do. No, I don't think I do have brawling.
I think
You
do.
can do the,
Kick
you can,
him DX -2.
DX -2 works also.
I think there's an all-out option to extend your reach.
Oh yeah, you
Oh
could.
no, I do have brawling.
Yeah, you could go all out to punch long.
Okay.
And if you telegraph it as well, you can punch for the back of the head again at a -1.
Okay. So brawling -1.
Brawling -1. Oh no, boxing -1. Because you can punch. Success. Thrust +1 again. Or the punch damage. It happened again. Wow. Oh, you should have been at a -1 to the hit, but it didn't matter. So yeah. See if you can knock out another human pet on the next turn. Impressive. You're for a triple. Stan. I just need all you move to climb up there, no check.
Yeah, that's what our son will do.
Human pets. A couple of them are knocked out. Rest of them are going to the ball as trained. They're well trained. Human pets, they train so much better than like dogs and cats, you know, it's amazing. They're so smart. Brett.
I think he spends the second sort of in amazement, like, good job.
This is a bricky, pal. You don't want to fuck with an Northern bricky. Rip Grandad.
What a ledge.
True ledge. Pete.
Another one to the chest.
This guy went all out, I'll remind you.
Oh, he cannot attack dodge, right?
Cannot dodge, correct.
I'm going to then telegraph it to his neck and fatigue point on it.
Don't think there's a fatigue that'll help you there.
Okay.
But
So
to
just
the
on?
neck is -5. If you're telegraphing it, it's +4, so it's -1 to hit the neck.
No!
That's a shame. Jimmy.
Right there.
Steps back, turns slightly. Jason.
Jason moves.
Oh yeah, she would have moved. Stan.
What did the guy do last turn?
Stepped back, turned slightly. He's got a whip in his hand. But he didn't whip at
Son
anybody.
will run towards the door.
I just need to check what you can see on the other side of that door. More doors. And what looks like hospital flooring. Oh, this game's running too long. Human pets. Climbing the stairs. Blah, blah, blah. Brett.
He's going to shove this one that's coming up, and he's going to turn and ready a shove against the one that's coming up, and otherwise say, "Get going, guys!"
Pete.
Another attack, even if you can dodge. Oh, I think my game closed. 1 second.
No worries. Jimmy, what will you be doing?
I guess just up the stairs.
Go. And Jason, what will you be doing?
Stepping up onto the next ledge.
Quite.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. Alright, attacking. If you step in at the other side, you'd be at his side, but you would be pressed up against that wall a bit.
I guess I'll go with the wall then. And stab. Just a normal attack to the chest.
Potentially hits. It does hit. He goes to retreat, but you still make contact. Thrust +1.
Thrust +1, that would be 3.
Does not get through his latex still. But he does wince a little bit, you see, this time. Like maybe you bruised him a bit. Jason. Oh no, wait, it was his turn as well, sorry.
Oh,
You can carry on going though, Dustbin.
can I just climb up onto there?
No, that's too high. I'd need jumping
Okay.
and climbing to grab.
I'll just move 2 steps this way.
Quite. The cybersmith whips at you, Pete. Whoosh! You may dodge and retreat. That's Everoth.
Oh, sorry. I fail. He hits me.
He hits you. Did I put this damage in? Did I put this in his sheet? I think I just checked what it were.
Whip of death.
Six damage to the torso.
I am at 7 HP.
Koi, not a major wound, but it does tear through your shirt and lash you hard. That's crushing.
Okay.
Arstan.
What did I see through the door, sorry?
More doors. I'm not sure because I've got too much extra planned, so I should advance. But I'm also not sure how I should end it now. So I'm not sure what you see through the door. More doors. More doors.
Okay, Arston will head to Mordor and say, "This way."
Jason. You know what? I think his human pets swarm him and start eating him. Honestly, is how this is gonna go.
Ah.
Just for
That is a solid way of wrapping it quick, though.
just for progression's sake. As the rest of you climb up
That's
the
what you
stairs.
get.
And into the next room. He's screaming, like, "Why are you so prejudiced?" behind you as you leave. And challenge completed. 10,000 points. I've lost track. You're at 16,100?
Sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
So don't worry about traps in this maze. Your watch beeps. Don't worry about traps in this maze, but pay attention to the instructions on the doors. Who am I missing? Pete?
I don't see anything.
That means I'm missing Pete. And those stupid women. Where's the other one? There's another one somewhere. There she is. How about one last quick break?
Sure.
All right. I will be
I've actually got to be going like pretty soon.
pretty
Same
soon. Yeah. Should we be wrapping up? Should we come back for end bit?
I mean, if we can speed run it, sure. But yeah, no, I gotta be getting some other
Yeah.
stuff done.
It might be worth coming back some other time.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, how about let's not take a quick break yet. Let's just speed run for another like 13 minutes and see how far we can get through here. So,
Okay.
these doors, they have danger signs on them. High voltage.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's not good. Let's head through the ways, folks. I see a purple door.
The purple door also has a plaque on it that says... Let me check what it says. It says entertainment.
Does it also say danger high voltage?
It does not, but it says insert hand to begin, and alongside the door handle there is also a hand-shaped hole. And there is a screen on there that is currently black.
Do you tell Pete this?
I stick my hand in it.
You stick your hand in it. There is as metal clamps around your left wrist. I'm guessing it's your left hand you're
jeez.
stuck in.
Sure, yep.
And the screen pops up and it says entertainment. And then a question appears on the screen. Which Disney film features the song When You Wish Upon a Star?
Pinocchio.
What?
It buzzes. And you feel your wrist release, and the door handle turns, and it swings open slightly. Everyone... Oh, just... No, you notice it straight up. Something falls out of the crack in the door.
What is it?
It looks like a little piece of plastic. I'm wondering
Well,
who's
that didn't
noticed
seem too
this.
bad.
It's a little pie-shaped piece of plastic, like a little slice of pie. It's pink.
Trivial Pursuit.
Huh?
Thought he got it wrong.
Well, that seemed pretty easy. There's more of them.
And yeah, indeed, there are a green, blue, yellow, orange. I think I got those all right. I accidentally erased a wall there just because I'd not got a door hole where pink was supposed to be.
Oh, fair.
So we got to go around.
No, you could just feel free to keep moving through.
Okay.
The dynamic lighting looks all messed up, though.
I'm guessing we need all those pieces to continue, right?
Essentially, yes. It's you come across a
One of
door
each color.
that has a little ring of pie-shaped slots, and the pink one would fit perfectly in it. And
That's neat.
some people have indeed played Trivial Pursuit before. I don't know if it's only a British game.
It's an American game too.
Okay, there we go.
Pete will put his prosthetic hand on the green one, saying, I guess green for luck.
Read it first.
Doesn't know what does the green door says.
The green door's plaque says science and nature. And the message that comes up on screen is, what is the largest type of deer?
As they think about that, Arstan is going to compare the view from this side and this side.
Identical. But you can see that once a door's been solved, like that pink one has, the handholds have closed.
So it looks like there's no point to the doors.
Well, the point is the questions.
And the pie piece that you get.
Pete is gonna try and guess. Is it a moose?
What?
Is it a moose?
I'm
It's
wondering how
not a deer.
Pete knows it. It's the right answer. But yeah, go on then. I'll be nice and gear a green pie piece.
Nice.
Oh no, wait, that's orange. No, yeah, is that green?
Yeah, that was green.
Okay. But then it doesn't release your prosthetic wrist, and it says cheating detected on the screen, and a little nozzle pops out of the door around about head height, aimed right at Pete and Jason.
Duck?
A mist
Duck?
sprays out of it. You may both dodge and drop, or just dodge. You may not add a retreat.
Oh, I failed. Am I dead or do I lost my prosthetic?
Well, your prosthetic comes off as you pull away from the door and drop anyway. But
Okay.
the mist that hits your face immediately starts burning rather horrifically.
Alright.
Jason, you just managed to get out of the way. You take 6 burning damage to the face, Pete.
My HP is 1. Ah!
Luke, the calculator.
Yeah, I should be using the conditional injury calculator.
6 burning to the face.
I mean, if you
What's
want,
its-
you can make it 7 and...
What's
get
its
me out.
name?
Conditional injury calculator.
Thanks. So, what's the target's max HP? 14, Everoth?
13 for Pete.
And
I took 7 and now 6.
6 penetrating damage. That is burning to...
He needs to roll an HT roll versus pain.
Okay. If there's a minus there, I would have failed for more.
I think does very fit count for pain? I don't think it does.
Nope. No, it doesn't.
So
Why not?
0 for
You're-
failure.
Yep.
I completed that. I'll just post it.
Moderate pain. Pretty bad. But I think it's about to keep being bad.
He just didn't want to stop running until he killed someone.
You could say that the thing continues until it kills me, and I'm out. I'm fine with that.
Ooh, must roll for eye damage.
Oh, is that HT again at a minus?
Just HT. Yeah.
Eyes are okay.
Eyes are okay. Then another second passes. Oh no, wait, you're not immersed. But either way, you're not looking good. Your face is all burnt up. The door
I'm alive.
spits your hand out on your chest as you like sat back against there. Yeah, you're alive. You're just at 1 HP with extremely damaged chest and face. You can smell his skin cooking.
Oh God! Who had that water?
It's Arstan. Everyone else has got monster energy.
My son will go into Pete's bag and grab energy drinks. Energy drink and pour it on him.
It's probably sanitary.
It stings real bad. It hurts so much, Pete. But the acid stops burning away at your flesh.
Wait, it's acid?
It was acid that sprayed him, yes.
I think our son might not pour liquid on him then.
Is that a bad idea? Oh yeah, you meant to pour the powder on it or whatever.
When you add a tiny bit of water to an acid, that can increase its effective pH.
Mm-hmm.
So just cover
You
up
need
with
to
a
add a
shirt.
base to counter acid. You do not add water.
Yup. Pour bleach on his face. I think it's
Our
just a
son
case of
pours a very long-winded anime on his face.
it doesn't persist, at least. It's only if it's immersed that you get persistent. This was just a fine mist of very powerful acid. And the door did not open, and you did not get a green cheese.
Well, that sucks.
And your watchers flash a message. Real hands only for the challenge.
Whoa, that's
Risk flesh, gain life.
all right. What do the other doors say?
But I will tell you. Blue is something. I think blue is geography. Yep, blue is geography. That yellow one says history. The orange one says sports and leisure. And there's a brown one around the corner that says arts and literature. So you got history, geography, sports and leisure, art and literature.
Not everybody all at once.
Everyone just kind of looking at the doors, deciding whether they want to stick a hand in a hole or not.
I'll put my hand in this orange door.
Orange door. Sports and leisure. In what year was the first ever Wimbledon Championship held?
Pete has board knowledge. Not sure if he could help.
Maybe. I'll take IQ-based sports roll at a -4 for the answer to this question. Or IQ-based tennis roll, straight up.
Einstein was not able to help with that one.
Nope.
Nope. Not tennis.
Ooh, close, Brett.
Tennis is not a sport.
So yeah, you can do your cricket or rugby at -4, Jason.
Okay. Why not my football?
Or your football too, yeah. But it's got to be IQ based
actually,
as well.
I think Einstein has a non-shitposting skill.
A non-ship post.
These are all DX based.
Did Wimbledon exist before the fall of the USSR?
Yeah,
Yes.
much before.
Could I roll professional skill journalist?
Oh, go on then, yeah. And yeah, Dustbin changed the DX to IQ. But I think
Or just
Arstan
add the difference?
knows the answer.
Okay.
Cool.
It
What's
was
the
the
answer?
1800s,
answer?
right?
Yep, 1877, Arstan says. And everyone else is like,
It was
No,
1877.
it's not that old.
I did an article on it for the centenary.
Awesome, because that was a really hard question.
that was a tough one. Is that where you go with Jason?
Yeah.
Door opens, you get an orange cheese. You now have a pink
Woo.
cheese and an orange cheese.
All right, what was yellow?
Yellow is history.
Does anybody? You guys are gonna help me, right? And he puts his hand on it, left hand.
If we can.
What was the first US state?
Oppression.
But really, seriously though.
Out of character, I'd like to guess Massachusetts.
Not according to this website I'm on.
I'm from Kyrgyzstan. I cannot help you with that.
So Lee knows the answer, but I'm making rolls for this character because the character has a lower IQ. Ha!
Whoa, Brett, you jammy bastard.
Damn right, I'm a history major. Delaware?
Clunk. Hand released. Yellow cheese obtained.
Damn right, I'm a history major, he says.
You have geography is the blue door. Science and nature is the green one that Pete tried to cheat. And
I think
arts and
probably wouldn't be
literature
your-
is brown.
I think probably
Put
wouldn't
your
be your
hand
view.
in, James. Oh, Jimmy is short for James.
Yep.
I googled what is Jim short for. I was like, oh, it's short for James, okay. So then I was like, oh, I said that to James.
Is Jimmy sticking a hand in?
Sure.
What do you want? Geography, arts and literature, or science and nature?
Science and nature. Why not?
All right. Left or right hand in the hole?
The left.
Cool. And the science and nature question is, who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize?
Marie Antoinette.
Somebody else might know.
Yeah, but that's
what
cheating.
happens when he says that?
An image comes up on the screen of your hand, and it says choose, and a little selection box appears around each finger. And your
Pinky
thumb.
finger.
You press
Sure.
Does our son know the answer? I mean, it's a long shot with only success by 3.
Give me just an IQ roll straight up after it. No, you're not sure.
Okay.
Jimmy almost knew, but he got it mixed
He
up.
really did.
Oh, Curie, he said.
And you press the pinky finger, do you?
Yeah, why not?
You feel pain. There is a chink inside the door. And then burning. All you really feel is the burning. And then your hand is kind of forced out of that door hole. And it is missing a pinky. And there is a burnt red stump where it was. And then it spits out your pinky as well.
Ow! My pinky! That hurt.
Should we call this, do you think, for today?
I'm sorry, I've got nothing
Yep.
left to give. I checked out like half an hour ago.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's call it for now. I'm also like reaching a checking out point. So sorry that I prepped way too much. Bad pacing ideas.
No worries.
We'll be back to fix this at some point soon, hopefully. Thanks for watching. This is Parallax. Hopefully it will end with a Kobold Cafe. We don't need introductions. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.